Welcome to Wednesday Night Fights online edition. We've got an amazing lineup for a top 8, a little bit different than what we have for the usual. But before we get into that, my name is St. Cola, and I am joined with none other than.
Oh, you want me to tell? I didn't know you were done, my man. I didn't know you were done earlier. You're doing so good. You're doing so good.
I want to let you introduce yourself to the people. It's Alex Valle with me on the mic today. How you feeling?
No, man, it's I haven't commentated one of these since the first one. I think the first one was the one where, hey guys, we're in quarantine. This is Wednesday Night Fight. I didn't even have a camera. I didn't have anything set up, man. I'm like, dude, all right, everybody's demotivated, but like we're trying to like just do this thing, and here we are a few months later. I mean, but shout outs to all the commentators that have been on the show, spreading the good word, entertaining y'all, getting top 8 every week for various games. I think this one in particular for Street Fighter V is pretty damn important because we got the Capcom Pro Tour online seasons that are starting right now. And NA East just finished last weekend. All right, and West Coast, like, there's a lot of tournaments in the West Coast, but they're region locked all over the place. There's only a few that are open to all of West Coast, like Punk's Beta Bash, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Right. I know some cats in Canada also open up their doors for the U.S. West to play too. So I mean, this is our first time opening it up from all the way from San Diego, Southwest states, all the way up to Pac North states, all the way up to West Canada. So we're just trying it out. I mean, honestly, guys, like the regions have been the same, at least NA West wise, for about 3 years now. I think the first year we actually did West Coast versus East Coast. So yeah, we had to test the waters here, but Some of you guys are used to the connection. Some of you guys are like, damn, this shit sucks. So it's all understanding.
It's online. It's online.
You know, it's
Like,
all understanding. It's all understanding. And my dumbass didn't do the top 8 brackets here. So you know what I'm gonna do? Hold on. Because now I'm driving everything. I'm driving everything right now. So I'm just gonna show the challenge brackets. How's that? I'm gonna go old school and show. No, sorry, not challenge. Smash GG brackets. Hold on, give me a second, guys. And boom. All right, let's talk about that top 8. Go ahead, my man.
So we got JB, UIU's own JB at the top, coming back from his second place, entrance last week. He hasn't been around, but he's coming back through. Now he's sitting in the winner's side here against Chris CCH, one person we haven't seen in a while either. And then Noah the Prodigy versus Stupendous. Stupendous on winner's side this time. A commentator on winner's side. Top 8 of a stacked bracket, 70 plus people. I'm just saying. But then in the loser side, Commander Jesse versus Luigi. Commander Jesse who got his revenge against the Akuma player, Samurai. He said, I don't want to take any of that. You got all the clout from walking up and throwing me or whatever at the Blink tournament. Got his revenge, sent him to losers, took Alex Myers out of the tournament, and now he's on loser side, ready to make his run. He's got to do it against Luigi. And then lastly, Dangka versus Matohe. That's what we got on the menu for you guys. And this is different because, as he said, we opened everything up. Everyone's able to play. It's like 70 plus people coming through. We had a lot of people that were killers. They got knocked down at the bottom, and this is what's left. So it's only going to be great games from here on out.
Yeah, man. So check this out. Like, if you guys don't know how crazy stacked this tournament was, Punk was in this bracket. There were some cats from Canada in this bracket. Oh man, dude, there was, man. Let me open this up real quick. Hold on. We got to talk about it because this is not your typical only SoCal region, top 8 bracket that made it. Even though a lot of them are from SoCal that made it, but let's talk about who got, So, No Respect was in here, right?
Yes.
Obviously I already talked about Samurai. Mario and Luigi joined this tournament. Okay, they both did.
I don't see Mario, though. I don't see Mario up at this top 8, though.
No. Right. Eli the Curry, who won last week, right? He's in, obviously SoCal. Mr. Magyar, he's all the way in Texas. Savele, dude, just a lot, man. Slavic Gold. I already mentioned Punk. Prototype entered. There was a lot of like heavy hitters in this tournament. I'm really excited to see this top 8, and we're gonna kick it off already. I'm gonna just move to the bottom here. It's with Chris CCH versus JB.
Oh man, I'm excited. In general, just to see JB come back through the brackets here, but also to see Chris CCH. Been making some waves in Grand Blue, but also in Street Fighter V. Really accomplished. Guile and Sakura player, one of the rare people that actually stuck with the character, on the side, plays all 3, kind of cycles through them. But out of those characters, it's kind of hard to maybe find one that kind of goes even with Rashid. I think Guile maybe is the closest one to maybe do that. Neutral game he can kind of play, and the Fireball game can kind of get a little dicey for Rashid in some places. So let's see what he picks here. He's going right for the G.
Yeah, the G, man. Chris CCH. He was known for his Guile. He also plays Sakura, like you said. And G is what his moneymaker right now. And JB with the resident Rashid going in with Gachakun's Capcom Cup Champions alternate costume. So
that costume is so sick.
Oh yeah,
I love that costume.
Yeah, so
that was such a good pick.
Yeah, so these guys are definitely in the running for NA West top 16 for sure. Like it's no doubt about it. Like these guys have been doing really good in their respective regions. JB with the consistent top 3 placings down here. Chris CCH also entering just about every all-in tournament on the West Coast. He also has been featured in the Blink tournament too. So and already the first round by JB with a quick first round.
This is how this usually runs. Like you're Rashid, you want to smother this character, even when they get triggered. Like you want to be all over them all the time, and really excels with this. And G doesn't really have a good reversal. Like, he has to find those moments to get the jab in. He only has a 4 frame. He doesn't really have any armor off his moves, but this is where you want him, in the corner. Can JB fight out EX? We out of there. Good usage of meter and the V skill. I like that.
Yeah, so this is one of those matches where, I mean, you already know what G is capable of, right? So you just can't let him get started. And then one of the best characters to do that is Rashid himself. Once he's in, it's whoever gets started is pretty much going to be on top. And JB now has a commanding lead, but he can't just open himself up to this. But ooh, nice,
the
nice
raw
reversal
sweep.
there. Yeah.
These young cats, I tell you, these young cats, just throwing them out. He didn't have trigger, had nothing to cancel into really. You throwing it out, right? But like you said, it's whoever gets that commanding lead, and it was JB with the first one. Man, this is it's difficult for Chris TCH. I wonder what he have to change in this game plan in general, because do those moments where you're trapped in the corner, you're locked down, do you spin on a V reversal, or do you just have that good natural defense and hope to get out and activate trigger to really swing things back all the way?
Yeah, it's the first game when you don't have a EXDP or invulnerable uppercut or anything like that. You gotta know how to check. Like, the skill involved in defense in this game, like the best players, they know how to check their buttons. And a good example of that is 801 Strider. With him and his G, he knows, like, you got to be surgical when to push that button, because that can pretty much make or break anything that you try to do defensively versus a character like Rashid.
His conversion rate on all of his normals is like fantastic. It's got to be up there, like the 90% range. So makes every single hit count. Chris CCH does have JB in the corner. Nice buffer on the heavy punch. Back in, get that V skill. But here we go. EXDP right out. JB doesn't want any of that.
No. And then, Chris CCH is doing his hardest to keep him at bay, but it's only a matter of time. Ooh, crouching fierce into the V skill into the corner. Now he's got to watch out for the flurry of attacks here. Oh, no.
Oh,
you can it off. Why not?
You see the red bar at the bottom. You got to do something with it. Chris CCH finally activating Raw. Just had to do it. Excuse me, JB. Ooh. Side switch. In the finish, JB does that clean. I don't think Chris even got around, to be honest. He didn't get to play.
No, that's rough, man.
He didn't get to play.
That's, I mean, first of two, all Rashid players are going to do their best just to kind of like, they're not going to let you play, or you're not going to be able to catch them, right? So it's just one of those things. Every like I said, every matchup that you do not have a DP, you don't have anything reliable to wake up to. It's just one of those things where you're praying that you get started, and and Chris CCH couldn't get that momentum going, so JB took advantage of that and sealed the deal. So let me go get the next match powered up.
All right, while you're doing that, thank you everybody for coming through Wednesday Night Fights. It's a late one. Guess what? What else you got to do, right? We're all stuck at home still, whatever's going on. But we're going to provide you with some great Street Fighter 5 action. If you love what they do, run the Matcherino, !Matcherino. I forgot what the code is. I think it's WNF. You know what? Let me find that code for y'all.
You can type exclamation Matcherino in the Twitch chat, and then the link will pop up.
Let's do that, people. Run that Matcherino. Show some love in there if you can. And if you can't, run the code too. Did I spell that wrong? Listen. Dang. Nah, there we go. Thank you for the assist. I appreciate y'all. Run them codes, run the Matcherino codes, show a little love, show some support. And also, if you got a Twitter, Facebook, whatever, throw it out to the social media. Tell people what's going on. They're all late watching Netflix. Tell them to turn that off and come watch some great Street Fighter 5 action. Again, we got just a different flavor. Having the regions come together. It's like, you got, the northern and this other areas coming together to see who's the best out of them right now. And, hopefully all the connections turn out well or whatever. I've been watching the streams all day. I went through Punk's. I went through Jesse's. Jesse was sitting out here sweating. He was sweating. He was like, my palms are sweaty. He was like, the gray hairs, everything going on. But, he's trying to make this right. He's really committed.
Jesse's an OG now, man. Like, he's got to fight for his life versus all these new young bloods. You know, it's still good to see Jesse having that much more wisdom. Like his prime is extended, and
Yeah.
usually certain people's primes they reach it within like the first 3 to 4 years of any fighting game that they played. Are like, all right, I'm a
Damn,
bit
that's
seasoned,
impressive.
and then from there, it can just you can be stagnant, like because the scene no matter what gets better. It just depends.
Right, yeah.
It depends on how much, how what new things you bring to the table. If you can't bring new things to the table to catch up or to keep up, if you weren't on top already, I mean, you have to do something else, and it's crazy. And it's
Yeah.
harder. It's harder as time goes on because your will and your passion to keep going is not the same.
Yeah, I mean, you also have responsibilities and things like that that come up. And I remember the early years of Street Fighter V, there were so many dominant players that have changed to who's now, but it just happens. But speaking of young cats, we have Noah the Prodigy, the Mika player, very young cat, used to be a Marvel player, and is putting his skills into the Street Fighter scene versus Stupendous.
Yeah. So this is a classic wrestler match. This is where like I don't know if you've ever seen Fudo play this match. He plays it like very similar to Fei Long. You know, Fei Long can't overstep. He plays
Yeah.
at one range, just one range, gets the lead, and sits at that, what I call it, the Mortal Kombat range. You ever play Mortal Kombat 2 and you try to fight somebody or fight the computer and they just walk exactly where you're walking and just walk back, walk back?
They match you. Yeah,
Yeah,
they match your rhythm. Yeah.
That's exactly how like this match should go on. But the first person to make that mistake, it could be over now because there are no reversals except
you gotta
to
hold
get
that.
grabbed. Yeah, yeah.
Both of them trying not to get grabbed here. Neither of them got, too much. Stupendous didn't get too much off the SPD, but here we go. Noah getting the confirmation right here. All the way to the corner. So trying to flex up with the EX, the Brimstone. That's the finish right there.
Oh yeah,
Noah with the first one.
You always gotta watch out for that, man, because if they have one bar and they know they can't kill you with a combo, reset's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
They want a finish. They want that finish. That the dash up too is gonna come. You got to be able to check that in the neutral. But easier said than done. Noah is one of those players where like he plays at that range just like you're saying, but he has these moments where he just kind of jumps in. He just gets in. And he like just starts the momentum, starts the pressure. It's like it almost reminds me like that. He's like kind of switches in like the Marvel mode, where he's like, okay, cool. It's a one-player game now. You might as well just set the controller down. I'm running my stuff.
Yeah, Noah is actually a little history about him. He's been joining our events since he's been like 8 years old. Right,
so commitment.
In a way, he is kind of OG for a little cat, dude. No, it's I remember some of my friends that were younger than me that getting into Street Fighter. I'm like, damn, you're really young. You're getting into this stuff. So, but the future is still way bright for him, and hopefully that future can figure out how to get out of this mess. Oh, he does. Look at him.
He's skilled with the EX. Oh, this is massive right here. With that gray life, it's going to hurt a lot. Stuck in the corner, too. Positioning so great for Noah right now. He's got all the screen to walk back. Doesn't have to overextend. Just goes in, and you're done. There's the first one for Noah. Man, Noah, just knowing the right moments. And one thing is, I got to give him credit because a lot of young cats, they don't know how to calm down. They don't know how to, like, chill out in the middle of a match. Like, when they have that lead, they'll just rush in and try to finish off their opponent. Not Noah. He kind of waited a little bit. He kind of felt his moment was right and then went in. And I like that. I like to just kind of holding the lead for a little bit. You don't have to just go in there. Just chill out. Pick when your time is right, especially when you have the lead. When you are up one right now. Noah about to spin Stupendous down. Yo, it's late here. Okay, y'all gotta give me a break. Yo,
it's all good, man. Dude, Noah's the type of player like he likes to put you in uncomfortable positions. Like when he played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like he picked like Hulk and he played like Deadpool. He put you in funky ass situations, and that's just been his fun. And the thing that you were saying about like the young cats, they don't know when to like stop or keep poised or anything like that. That's the scary part, man. Sometimes they just get it. There's something in the matrix of their game that just the veterans are like, dude, what are you doing? But it's working, and that's what makes us hesitate as OG.
There we go. This is the grind that he wanted. EX. Disco, the flop needs a little bit more. It just backs off. Oh no. Stupendous gets the jab and the SPD. Still in it. Try to win it. Stupendous. You know, Stupendous is kind of striking back a few things here and there. You know, kind of cleaning things up, find the right moments. It's still looking a little dire, especially when he's in the corner, but he's hanging in there. The flex is kind of being a bigger part of his game plan. Yep, just as I said. He's a little bit more off of that. Anti-air sweep though? Here we go. Stupendous with the maximum damage right here. He wants the lead. He wants to hold that. Crush! Wake up with what?
Okay, so Noah kept pushing buttons no matter what in that situation. He seemed just really confident to get it going. Oh, look at he's still going. This could win him the game. This could win him the game. Oh, no.
No, that wake up EX SPD. Yo, Stupendous. I know Stupendous on the other side of that screen just laughing to himself. Every time he wakes up with an SPD, or just any SPD, he's just churning the butter. It's like, haha, I rubbed two brain cells together. I'm making it happen. And that's something Stupendous would say. That's nothing against him. That's something he would say himself. But you know what? It worked out. That was the right call. You know, don't want to get put in the mixer. You put them in the mix by mixing them up, you know. But, you know, as you said, on the wake up, you know, Noah felt something like he could just keep mashing. And it almost worked out for him. But here we go. We're all tied up here, 1-1.
Yeah, but I mean, let's talk about it too, man. You know, it is online, and there's a probability that your opponent's gonna miss the media, and especially right. Versus Mika, you miss a media on her, that could be the round, and he almost got it, and then he just couldn't. Stupendous smell the throw coming. He just did an EX SPD on his own.
Yeah, those online strats were stuck in here for a while. Stupendous looking to lock down Noah. Next space, but there's the EX, the flex again, becoming such a good part of Stupendous's game plan. Just being able to flex some of the dive kicks and things like that. Kind of shut down part of Noah's kind of been part of his bigger part of the game plan is trying to get the flex, get the crush, get things going. Stupendous now match point, the swing around.
Yeah, it does look like Stupendous has made Noah slow down just a little bit, right? So he can't get what he wants, and that's Stu's game. Stu has built himself a wall, and like he's very, very footsie based, very patient Zangief. He will get in. Like Danny Pham, he's a bit similar. However, Danny Pham's got the mix-ups. He's got different kinds of meaty mix-ups, and some of the things frustrate him differently.
Yeah, Stupendous just feels like I'm more like, I'm doing this because I feel it in my heart. We're walking down the neutrals. Noah just using that backwalk speed, the dash, everything to his advantage here. Calls out the disco. Trying to finish him off. EX. The jump back. There you go. The fade away from Noah. Final game, final round. That was good stuff from Noah. I like that anti-air. Or air-to-air, sorry. I love the adjustments from both players too. Just the back and forth, break confirm right there off to the into the EX in the corner. But again, the flex, he's not respecting that. You got to start putting that in your game plan. Like thinking like, when is Stupendous going to start flexing in between my strings? What's going to make Stupendous flex? I have to deal with this.
It's pretty hard to gauge because Stu can flex kind of whenever he wants because of the lack of multi hits from Mika. Right, yeah, so she's got the standing roundhouse, right? She's got the slide, the crouching fierce, all those things. Ooh, okay, good EX. And then
multi hits. Yeah. Who needs multi hits when you got the command grabs on deck? No, got the leap, but it's all gone now. EX, is that gonna be enough? And it is. Stupendous brings it back from the brink. Puts Noah into losers, into the dungeon. Man, that was good stuff. Ooh, Noah, that was good stuff from Stupendous though, to kind of figure out what to do in the neutral, to kind of stem that pressure, to kind of stem those moments that would happen.
What timing? We got shout outs to Stupendous for 4 months. He won and he subbed. Look at this dude.
Would he have done so if he didn't though?
Shout outs, dude. This guy putting us through college over here, bro. That's all I got.
Yo, Stupendous. Yo, appreciate you.
I'm gonna invite the next guy, man.
All right. While he's doing that, it's always going to see such variety up in these top eights. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of different characters. Today we're going to be seeing some Sim. I know y'all missed the G. We're seeing more of that probably as we go through these brackets. The Rashid, we haven't seen that in a long minute. And that's one of those characters where I feel like Rashid he's so strong, but you don't see a lot of people playing that character as much. You don't see a lot of people switching and saying like, this is the new Cammy, whatever. That's a character that you have to really put in time and effort into. So you really only see like the high level Rashids. Same with kind of Akuma, I think has kind of become like that too as well. So again, there's a lot of variety in these top eights, a lot of variety that Wednesday night fights, and a lot of locals have. And that's kind of the reason why you watch the locals. Like you come to see that variety. Maybe you won't see that at a tournament, or you won't get to see that in the pools and stuff like that. But what you might catch at the locals is like, oh, this is cool, and a strong sim play or whatever. And that may be someone that pieces you up in your pools. Like this is why you also watch the locals, to see who you have to fight, who is coming up in your brackets. When the CPT online comes up for this side, for the West side, like I hope you guys are keeping it locked on Wednesday night fights. You gotta know who. If you don't know who Commander Jesse is, you in trouble. Like you ain't watching this, you in some trouble.
This is also a good tournament for just the West Coast players to figure out what the internet connection is going to be between players, because what's going on, man. And I do my research too with everybody that's playing, and I understand how these things work.
Dude, it is what it is.
So there's different opinions in what is a good connection, or what's playable and what's unplayable, right? And obviously the people that grind online most of the time, they're gonna be used to like atrocious connections, right?
Yeah,
but the offline players that are used to the locals and stuff, any little skipping, like, I can't play this shit. Nah, this sucks. Worst connection. This is the worst thing ever. Nah, hell no, this is the worst. I'm like, oh, really? And, it's. And then there's legit ones where like this shit's skipping all over the place. The rollback is nasty. You hit somebody, but they didn't get hit. They blocked it, and you're like, what the hell? I hit confirm that. All that stuff is known too. So it's just rough, man. It's just the way that the netcode is right now. There's no sugarcoating it. Like Street Fighter 5, the netcode is not like the best, but I can honestly tell you that it's way better than freaking delayed based netcode. I'll take that. I'll take rollback over delayed. Even this version, like Street Fighter 4's netcode, I hated that shit. Like,
preach to the people.
Oh hell no, dude. That shit's garbage.
They forgot. I was looking online. People were debating like, yeah, Street Fighter 4, the netcode wasn't that bad. You literally couldn't do links as certain characters because the delay would be too much. There'd be too much. Nah. Like, don't. That's the rose tinted glasses. Like, y'all forgot. That netcode was terrible. So I hope that obviously the Capcom. I know with COVID going on, it's probably difficult for them. But in my eyes, if they can start adding these characters whenever they come, whenever they get announced or whatever, release, all that stuff like that. I'm hoping they also put someone a little bit more effort into the netcode. They were on the right path. They were like literally doing a bunch of like patches. They were getting a bunch of data. COVID hit, and obviously now we're in CPT online, and so it's like less than optimal. A lot of things, but again, it's just better than delay. I've been playing delay-based netcode games even more since COVID started. Been branched out to Grand Blue and Guilty Gear. I hate delay so much. I hate it. I would rather play Street Fighter 5 right now, to be honest. I can't wait till everything moves over to rollback. Like there's plenty of documents that you guys can go read that and learn why rollback is what we need.
And
it's the truth.
Another thing to mention about netcode issues, or not netcode, sorry, connection issues. Connection issues and netcode are different. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously the netcode is rollback, right? What you see, how it reacts to predictive play, and connection. Like I've played people in the East Coast farther than Midwest. Obviously, I had better connections versus certain states, but whenever I play somebody in the Midwest, I'm like, what the hell? That doesn't make sense. It's because internet is piped differently. All these providers, the internet infrastructure is very poor in the U.S. So like sometimes I'll get a better connection than somebody in like Texas versus somebody in Long Beach, which is 20 minutes away from me. I'm like, wait, what? That's just because they have a different provider and is piped differently. It's like it's freaking whack, and they meet the bandwidth requirements. So it's not just all the netcode issues; it's also the providers. So it's really messy, man.
Yeah, just hoping that Capcom's looking at all this. I mean, they were honest enough to like let people talk about that stuff in some of the interviews, and be open about the problems with certain things that are going on in the CBT online. So I hope that they're kind of using that as like a thing, like saying, listen, we hear y'all, we're gonna move forward with this, and we're gonna move forward with the bracket. Play some more Street Fighter 5 online.
Yep.
And now we have, who was that?
Commander Jesse versus Luigi.
Yeah.
And they're already saying in the chat, they're like, don't play G, please. Don't play G.
Is that what he said? Don't play G?
Don't play G.
Guess what? You're getting G. There was no way he was going to play Guile. He wants to win. Why would... I mean, he's got a good spread. I think G and Guile are two great characters that complement each other very well. Being able to take care of the bad matchup. And I think Guile versus Sim is probably not too fun for Guile. So he's going to go G. That V skill going to be able to take care of a lot of the normals, so Commander Jesse has to be really good with the economy of his buttons.
Yeah, any character that has a Balrog type rush move to get in real quick, or Rashid spinning mixer, anything that can advance chasing Dalsum's normal, it's a bad matchup for Dalsum, no matter what. However, I was telling Commander Jesse, I'm like, hey dude, when we were first playing the Rashid versus Dalsum match, and it was just atrocious, right? We already knew it was a bad match, so I told him, dude, focus on your strength as a Dalsum player in Street Fighter 5. That doesn't mean to play defensively. Versus Rashid, you actually have to play offensively. So he took that, and then he evolved his game. Because, dude, the good thing about Street Fighter 5 versus like classic games, you kind of only have to play one way. Street Fighter 5 actually gives you a little bit more options, just because you got V triggers, V reversals. You have different tool sets with your meter, right? And Dalsum can play super aggressive. You just can't get caught, right? You just can't.
Yeah. You have to play. On paper, it's like what you want to do is like you want to play really, smothering with this character. It's probably one of Sim's best iterations besides like maybe Alpha 3. I guess the EX games maybe as well. But yeah, you got to smother them, and I think that's actually a good idea. Like even the matchups that you lose, smother the character. In this one, especially, smother G before he can get things going. There we go. EX calls out the command grab, the shimmy. There we go. The aggression, everything working out. Because again, this character does not have the reversal. We saw that with the Rashid matchup. If he can keep up the pressure, we'll see it here.
Yeah, and Jesse, very methodical too. Like he can play. He's actually mastered both styles. He can play like the Ryu zoning, traditional Dalsum style. But then, he's actually added mix-up artillery to his arsenal. And, I mean, Dangka Diaz, actually, from the Dalsum players, he's the actual rushdown lab expert. But they're completely different Dalsums. And I've played them both, and everybody has gotten a chance to see, both styles shine. And that's why both of them have, they've gotten runner-up at Capcom Cup's Last Chance qualifier just because of that. They're completely different games. They're different styles of play.
Very strong here. It's definitely working out for Jesse, as he's already put some runs on the board here. Spacing out Luigi. And I like that he's kind of noticing where Luigi's V-trigger's at. Just like, I'm going to keep you full screen. If you power up, it's not that big of a deal. You want to stay about mid-screen? Yeah, back it off. Like, all the G's options. You've dealt with this character before. You've lapped this character out so many times. Also, how much has Luigi lapped out this? Even if you win this matchup, how much time have you spent understanding why you win this matchup? Here we go, though. This might be part of it. Into the corner, and again, this character does not have, reversals. Sim also doesn't, so he gets command grabbed on his wake up. Oh, we about to start the show by getting closer and closer. That's done.
Remember, I said,
start the show.
Don't get caught, man.
Don't get caught.
Oh, don't get caught.
There we go. Great defensive slide, and he's out. Gets the EX Yoga Air Flame. Let's go, Commander Jesse. Yo, I know he's in the stream. He's popping off. He's going wild right now. He's like, yeah, I did it. Listen, I watched his stream before this. I only got to see a little bit of the Myers fight and also his revenge on Samurai that he executed at the last round, I believe. But he's so like you can tell he's hungry. He's super hungry. He knows that he's got what it takes. It's just you got to put the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah. And speaking of Samurai, he's nowhere to be found in this top 8. Right?
Ooh.
Remember that. And Punk also nowhere to be found in this top 8. Both of those players were in the grand finals and on the Blink tournament in the NA West All Stars. So
I bet you'll have a tournament like that and just like with the online CPT, it's forcing people to level up. It's giving people reasons to level up. It may not be the most optimal thing, but it's giving people a reason to be like, listen, I need to get my stuff in order. Like right now, I can't be sitting around, watching Netflix all day. People are advancing, they're going far. People are catching up, and again, the level of competition with Street Fighter V is wild good.
Yeah, it's again, you gotta if you're a competitor these days and the digital age, right? You're playing online tournaments. You're deciding to enter these tournaments for free. You better practice versus these connections, right? Don't just put it on 5 bars and those are the only people that you're gonna play against. No, it doesn't work that way. You're gonna have to reach out to every state's top player and just play them. Just get in the grind. I'm like, gosh, man, your connection is trash, but we have to play, right?
Yep.
Let's not try to avoid that shit and hope that you're just gonna play versus 4 and 5 bars and call it a day.
Damn, that was actually a good option for Luigi to jump in for the super. There we go. Yo, you gotta get used to this. Whether it's getting G'd out or the 3 bars and the 2 bars. And just think about it this way, people. When we get to offline, you're gonna be so much stronger. Nothing's gonna frustrate you now. Once you get back to off, you already fought the worst of the worst. Ken's on 1 bar connections. Like nothing will phase you. This will only make you stronger. Nice anti-air with the fireball on the side switch there too. Commander just keeping the pressure, keeping everything going. Luigi looked pretty locked down a lot. And that super was great, but he lost all that meter. So, going this round without meter, if someone's pelting with so many things, it's hard to get those level ups. And I feel like G he operates well, but he'd be better off having that level up. Jesse not letting him do anything, not letting him play at all.
No, that's good, man. He's playing this match like it would be Urian too. He's not like really letting him get started. Especially G, you cannot let this character get started. It just takes 1 ankle swipe with the like that.
Right,
Just like that.
Yo, stuff it up the shoes, and now you're in the corner. But we've seen this before. Commander Jesse has got another corner. This character does have the options. He has to employ the right ones and not get command grab. Hand on the shoulder. What's in your pockets? Under? Yes, sir. Flip kick for the finish. 1 more decision. Luigi can turn this all the way around. Got a little bit too greedy. That's the one thing I see from G's, and you'll see this a lot. They try to go for the command grab for the finish, especially when they're low on life because they really, really want to put the other person down. They want to finish the job, but it gets too obvious. Commander Jesse with the lookout. He has peepers open.
He just that read on the throw or overhead, classic Commander Jesse stuff. Not a lot of people expect it. Just that and Tiger Knee EX Gale are 2 really, really good tools to use against shimmies. And Commander Jesse is at that sweet spot, keeping Luigi there, and he's really gonna pick his spots. All right, Commander Jesse has no more meter. Ooh, okay, good. He backs off. He can smell what he wants to do. He's perspiring. Luigi's got to figure it out. He's fully loaded. There we go. Boom, boom. All right, what's the mix-up here? Oh, no, command throw. What's the mix-up? Jesse can probably live 1 more. 1 more mix-up. Oh, he jumped. Yeah, he's got to get out of that corner real quick. Oh, there it is. Crossover, and Jesse takes it. 2-0. Damn. Commander Jesse. I gotta move him into winner's side. There you are, man. Awfully quiet over there, dude. Did you get some water? Oh, I can't hear you, man. I lost you. I lost your audio. Yeah. Okay.
So
Right, there we go. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
I can definitely hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I dropped my cord. Got too excited. 2 into the match and just saw Jesse take it. That was pretty ridiculous by Jesse. I told y'all he was hyping himself up. He got subs and stuff like that. The power of the subs. People coming through his Twitch stream. By the way, that's another thing to talk about. Now that we have, everyone's streaming, everyone's like coming through on the Twitch chats and stuff like that. It's great to see like the community like kind of stream their runs before they get to the top 8s or stuff, or if they don't get the top 8. It's good to see that. It's good to see that, you can see it from their perspective, see what's going on. And you can also see if they have those laggy connections or not, or if it's, it's fine on their end and it's, they make it look like it's on, oh, that's laggy. It's like, is it though? Is it actually laggy? But
Yeah, so what it is. I think I don't think he uses Dangka Diaz CFN anymore. I think his name is Smell My Finger.
Oh yeah. Smell My Finger or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's him now.
Just imagine you're trying to grind online and some dude Smell My Finger comes through and you're like, who is this Joker? It's just some names you see and you're like, you have to win.
Oh, but no, it's My Finger Smells.
Oh, My Finger Smells. There we go.
I said, and you know what's funny? I sent Smell My Finger an invite, and it actually went through.
Oh no! Now you're gonna get some random silver player trying to get the top 8 here. But no, that is Dangka.
What?
Oh my god!
Come on, man!
The right person.
God, dude, we're just trying to run a tournament, man.
You can see
of course that fucking name worked, dude. Are you serious?
It's always some man. Y'all out here with them awful names.
I was so confident that was his name. I'm like, yeah, I invited him, and then fucking no apple pie for you. Nate goes, no, his name is My Finger. My Finger Smells, dude. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, appreciate the assist because, My Finger Smells. Ultimate Grandmaster Dangka out here. My Finger Smells. You run in ranked and you get pieced up by My Finger Smells. That's gonna stay with you for a while. So let's hope Matohe out here can piece up Dangka because he want to go home. Mad about My Finger Smells out here ruining his top 8 run with United Fights. Oh man, Dank though. Let's see who's gonna pick. I think it's gonna be this him. Actually, never mind. What? That's kind of weird. He's going with something that a lot of ROG players would say, they win this match. Versus maybe his G, which would have been probably better matchup wise, but maybe it's just a matter of you feel more comfortable in this match. Whether you lose it or not doesn't matter. You just feel more comfortable because you've been playing it for years and years.
In history, it's been obviously really rough for Dalsum to do anything versus Balrog. Just you close in the gaps. You can get throw looped and etc. and the damage output. But just like I told Commander Jesse, when you play even against Balrog, make sure that your offense is better than their offense because you can have a 90% perfect defense game, but all it takes is one jump in and one ankle slicer, and that's game for you.
It's funny because that's kind of the old school kind of thinking because we played a lot of matches back in the day, Third Strike especially, where you lost this match, you got to figure out what to do to keep things going. It was a lot harder back in the day with some of those matchups than maybe here sometimes. But here we go. I told you, just get some final hits.
Yeah, man. I'm really loving to see Matoha, being this consistent in top 8. With our regional SoCal Wednesday Night Fights online events, and for him to make it this far with even a broader range of competition is such a great improvement, and and for him, it's definitely a milestone, you know, for all the practice that he's done, and he's playing one of the best Dawson players in the world. He's playing pretty much, in my opinion, this Dangka Diaz is the mad scientist when it comes to Dawson play. For just about any character, you know, his Gil, and he's playing Urian now. It's such a treat to watch.
Yeah, he dropped that Gil real quick. He saw the light in Urian, but we may not even see that light today. We're seeing the sim. Let's see if this pays off. I told you, you know, he just needs a few, you know, confirms to really make things work. That's how ROG works here. But now the circus act stays in front with it, gets pieced up. And that's the mix when it's no mix like that. You know, probably expecting the cross up. Now we're all tied up. I told you.
Yeah, man. Like,
got full bank, meat on deck.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to see some of the science behind, you know, Dangka Diaz's V trigger too. It's always a treat, man. And at first I'm like, yo, this is not Street Fighter no more. This is like Blaze Blue now, right? So he's throwing these
on the
things
screen,
out.
like, what is this?
Yeah, like what the hell? And he goes, this is sick. Hey, dude, this is fucking sick. He's just the excitement levels, right? That's what gets players more interested in their characters. You know, giving them more supers, more V triggers, fucking better balance, update normals and frame data. Like that's what, you know, keeps them going. And Dangka Diaz is always found something.
You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, just what you were talking about, the mix right there, the yoga flames. He gave him a haircut on all sides right there. Damn.
He finally got that quarantine cut.
My man is AC right here after quarantine, after COVID right here with the mixes. Hey, yo, y'all better clip that. Don't tell me y'all let that rock without that being clipped. Come on now. That was sick. We sit here talking about what characters have that, you know, incites the fun, not only from their perspective, but that was, you know, from a viewer. I don't want to get mixed by that. But from a viewer perspective, a competitor's perspective, I love it. I love that stuff.
Oh, yeah, man. I can tell you without a doubt, people don't really, like, when you think of Dalsum, you don't really fear that character compared to, like, oh, I gotta play a Rashid, I gotta play against a Cammy, I gotta play against a Bison. You don't really know the dangers of a Dalsum, like a really good Dalsum player, until you figure out that you can't even play.
Right. you don't get to have a turn.
You don't even get to play for a long period of time. And then when you finally get in, it's not always guaranteed that you're going to get a hit. So those are the best Dalsum players. Like, they'll let you get in, and they'll play this game like, yeah, you're going to get a hit. Nope, I'm teleporting the other side. Nope, I do a delay standing light kick, standing jab, just to get out. And Matoha, man, he's got to go through that. Like, I remember, you know, we would think, like, come on, man, you should be able to be one of the Dalsum players that Wednesday night fights with Balrog. And he looks at me and goes, these aren't even Dalsum players, man. This is Jesse and this is Dangka Diaz. I'm like, what?
They evolved past
they're not just Dalsum players. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't let you play. They're fucking bullies, dude.
That's where you gotta be. He understands it. Gets the overhead right here. Gets the EX. Full combo conversion. One more conversion is gonna get the stun. But you gotta. We saw this before, though. You know, this movement coming through. You know, back to see now the game starts. You got all this room to play with. Feature about to get popped here. At any second, we're gonna see the mixes come out. See Matoja getting closer and closer to Trigger. I wonder if he's gonna be able to spin that. Or is he just going to go for the reversal? There it is. Try to pop out of the corner. EX, though. I've seen that full C on the deck right there. Already spin a bar of that. Send one more bouncy ball out. Oh, gets the sniper. Maybe he's trying to go for the sniper and then goad him into falling into that, or, you know, doing a dash punch into the V trigger right there. Didn't work out. Still Hasley, Dangka Diaz. Nice punish right there. You'll take that trade any day of the week.
Yeah, I wish Matoha would have spun the bar earlier just to get in, because it would put him in a plus situation. Versus time's running out, you're giving Dalsum more time to think of the approach. You just got to make a decision. You got to make that decision quick, because you're Balrog. Balrog, you can get in there really quick. You can take a step back and crush counter him with Ranos. You get an opportunity there. Take a step back and whiff punish. You know, mediums and lights, and do your light into a dash punch. So Matoha knows, dude. I don't really have to tell him much more. Like every time I see him play, I'm like, dude, I don't really have to tell you much more. You just have to do it now.
Yeah, you just have to execute it in here, in the gameplay, and it's working out as he gets the throw. There we go. He heard your voice. He heard you from the stand.
I'm telling you, like, sometimes
like,
when I see a Wednesday Night Fights player, like, I see him every week, I'm like, dude, like, you fucking got the skill, you got the talent, man. You gotta trust yourself, dude. And I mean, it's Street Fighter. You're not gonna win every encounter, but you'll learn. You'll learn on those encounters to make your, offense more accurate, and so you can make those plays and put fear into their hearts.
I feel like the players that are the strongest are the ones that really commit a lot more often. Because even if you don't win the match or maybe the round or whatever the game in totality, you do have that, like, okay, I'm gonna get in a situation, like, if I make this confirm, I'm gonna get in a better situation. Like, it's better than not getting that confirmed. It's better than not putting on the offense. And speaking of offense, he's taking him all the way to the corner. No meter spent. He's gonna go for the throw. Look at the stump building, waking up with the buttons though. Is Dangka. Switching sides, and I like that option. Dangka, you talked about having giving like sim players time to breathe and time to think. Like, you don't want Dangka to think right now. You want him to, like, too much mental on top of the head, like really crush the dome. There we go into the EX right here with the confirms. See, he's starting to believe. He's starting to think, I got it. Dude, I can land these things that I need to do.
I love it, dude. Like, you're gonna go for the fucking trades. Okay, all right, he hit you like 3 times in a row. Fucking one of them's gonna swing. This is Street Fighter 5. One of them's gonna land, and
it's gonna,
and you do more damage. Look at it. He's almost stunned. He's in the corner. Diaz has to get out. Fucking fight him.
Put the mental stack on this.
Yeah.
Yo, slug it out. You're right.
Fight him. You're
gonna make the damage.
No, who cares? Okay, you're in the corner. Jump out. Who cares? Do something. Yeah, look at that jump.
Yeah. Dash up.
Dude, jump again. Ooh. See? Dude, he's listening to me. He's listening to me. Wow, Matoha. Fuck yeah, dude. Damn. Dude, I'm telling you. I love me some Commander Jesse. I love me some Dangka Diaz, right? But they've been oppressing this guy for years. I'm telling you, for years. So, it's always great to see the guys come up, man.
Right, that's good stuff right there. And like you said, like, sometimes it's just about, you just going in. Like, especially in that matchup when you're raw, where you can just rush them down, you do more damage, you can take a few hits here and there. Sim isn't really a character that does, like, a ton of damage off the grid. Like, he needs the meter to do it, or he needs the mixes to do it. Like, he needs, like, certain situations, and if you allow them the time to set it up, they're gonna be able to set it up. I told y'all at the end, it's like, nah, you're not gonna set up anything. I'm just going in, and I'm just gonna start swinging, and it worked out. That's the way you gotta play. So they're moving on the bracket. There we go. Yo, he started listening. Don't tell me in the chat. Don't tell me if I look at the chat. You in here. You thinking out here. Damn. Very unbiased? Yes. Look at the way he played. That's the way you should be playing. How can we not be biased? So that was good play right there. Unfortunately, Dank is out, but still good showing. See Dank up in top 8. Hope they come through again. But again, people, thank you for watching Wednesday Night Fight, Street Fighter 5. In the Midwest right now, it's a cool, 1:12 right now a.m. But what else am I gonna do to watch the Street Fighter 5? I'd have been up anyway, right? I'd have been up, looking through more videos, looking through Twitter, some bum old TikToks, probably nephews. But no, I'd rather, this is better. This is a better, usage of my time and your time too as well. So tweet it out. Let the people know on Twitter what's going on. I hope y'all clip that conversion though from Dank. I know Matoha won, right? I gotta give him the credit. He won. But that was sick though. That was like, I better see that on High Fight tomorrow. Yeah, you get the clout for that one, Dank. You didn't win, but you get the clout for that one. So anyway, chat. There's some new characters coming out. We don't know who they are. I've been asking people this almost every single week. Let me know who you guys want in the chat, but also let me know that you put some money in the match arena. You see that on the page right here. We got $232.20. Run that code WNF2020 for a free 50-cent donation. I know y'all can do it. You're sitting here watching. Put up another tab.
Check it out. I'm gonna show you how easy it is. Okay, WNF2020 SF5. See, the coupon code is valid because you see 50 cents. Contribute. Boom. All right. So now I contributed $100.50 now. So I want to see the best players come out and play, man. So the West Coast. It's been a while since I've seen a lot of you guys play, at least in our events, because when we used to run live events, we invite everybody, but here we are online, and we do what we can. All right, coming up next, we got Commander Jesse and Noah the Prodigy. Let's go.
Let me go down in the thing here. Do not want to get pieced up, especially by Noah, or especially by Commander Jesse. I mean, this is going to be we've seen the way that Noah plays. Can Commander Jesse calm down Noah the Prodigy when they start to get the game plan going? I'm really curious about this. But Commander Jesse been on a hot streak though. I mean, just watching him in the stream. This is why you again watch people on their streams while they're making their runs. You can see kind of their game plan, see what their mentality is. To be honest, I think it's hard to stream and play at the same time because you're putting more mental stack on yourself. So to have that mentality to be, maybe responding to the chat, even if it's a couple words or whatever, or have someone watching you in a different format that's like maybe not over the shoulder or whatever. Maybe some people feed off of that, but it's different than having people by you. You're sitting in your house in your pajamas, people in the chat. You might get some idiot being like, "You suck," that would never say that in person. Have all that different kind of mental stack plus playing people, I think is pretty admirable. So make sure you guys are tuning these people's channels. Commander Jesse, he streams all the time. I don't know if Noah does. Noah, if you're in the chat after this, let me know. Or if people know that Noah does, Noah, you argue with people in the chat. Focus on your match, all right, bro? Like, focus on what's going on out here. Just worry about fighting Commander Jesse, who's running Colleen.
Yeah,
I like this man.
Yeah, he doesn't want to deal with Dalsum in this match because a lot of the normals can get sniped. And this is more of like Colleen playing footsies at the ranges where her fears, except that move, her fears pretty much gives Mika a hard time overall. But first, gotta get out of this corner.
I don't think it's gonna happen though. There's the EX for the stun. Build with a bar. Nope, it's gonna get the done. Jump in with the perfect KO. Noah played that super well. I can see the idea behind it. Play the footsies game, which Colleen definitely sells that more than Mika, and having a parry can deter some of that pressure in the corner. But there's the EX, which going to blow right through that with the armor. Take him all the way to the corner. He's tearing the heavy punch of the reversal though. Jumping out, but the catch from Noah, too awake. Doesn't care how late it is. Mom told him to go to bed. No, sir. There's the splash.
Yeah,
Jesse on the back foot here.
Yeah, Noah's relentless on this. He doesn't want to let up. He's going to jump in. He's going to do what he wants. There it is, like that reset, so he can get that stun. Oh, no stun yet. But Commander Jesse, he's got to turn on the V-trigger. Oh, he did that. Okay.
There we go, but this could be the turnaround.
V-trigger time. He couldn't cancel it.
This is it. This could be the point. People were talking about this on Twitter. This is the trigger that is supposed to be the thing that wins you the game, but no go. No had him with the medium kick. What happened, people? I thought Colleen's V-trigger, she pops it, she wins. I thought that's how that was supposed to work. I'm just kidding. That V-trigger is ridiculous. Let's see if Commander Jesse switches to his ridiculous sim. I don't know if he wants to roll this out with Colleen. He's been making the run with sim, as far as I know, at least from what I've watched. And I don't know. I was looking a little free. It's going back in though.
He wants to do it, man. He testing the waters here too. Ooh, I like it.
Here we go. Great start with the parry. We'll stagger in a step here. Now introducing a little bit more of the parry game. I think that's hopefully going to calm Noah down. He playing the pace that he wants. Nice neutral jump. And now mixing up the options to give the drop kick, which Noah's really fond of. But the EX, Peach all the way in the corner, gets the counter hit. Another Peach. This time able to jump out. Had enough room to do it. Slide activation though. The plus frames. Yo, the mix, the EX. Not stunned just yet. Play a little bit longer. Gotta pop that trigger. Yes, sir. But Noah just has him down too much for him to get the shenanigans going.
Yeah, man. It just seems that Noah's taking a lot of risks early. He's losing some health, but he's getting the V trigger first. And then by the time that Commander Jesse uses the V trigger, it's already too late. Like to build to be behind that much of a deficit, build a game plan around it. It's like you're gonna have to make that big comeback every round. And how likely is that? Okay, at least this time now, he's got the lead, so he can finish.
There
off.
we go.
There we go.
Stays in front the entire time, gets a fat reset. This is what we wanted to see before. Commander Jesse with the finish. That was great. Stay in front with that mix. Con looking the other way. Commander Jesse just staying alive. And like you said, like this character's better off activating trigger when she has the health. Oh no, this could be the start of something real bad here. Stuck in the corner, waste the bar. Trying to Mario jump out of there. EX gets blocked, punished. Commander Jesse, you know he'll do that. Keep things nice and icy. The shimmy, big bite here. We're reeling in. Closer and closer to stun. Activation. Keep locked down with those extended normal. I like how Jesse kind of backs off. He's like, yeah, I know the initial was coming. Reset time. Noah still catching him though.
Wow, he's still got the scoop on that?
Oh no, just dashed up with it. Crush. Still out of this just yet. He still has a ton of trigger left. EX. Dash through. Yes, sir, for the finish.
Oh. Damn, Commander Jesse. Wow, that one, he needed that comeback, and he got the damage output on it. It's pretty wild, man. Noah, man, he's...
No downplaying.
Yeah, dude, Noah's been just sneaking in all the resets. So he has to be aware that resets are coming. Because he's been taking everybody out that way right now.
Yeah. You gotta kind of be aware of those kinds of things and find your most way to backdash or whatever. And kind of set that in those game plans to be like, you have to call these out now. Like, that has to be a part of your game plan, is calling that out. But again, here we go. Commander Jesse with a great start. This is better off. This is a brand new person. Did he hand his controller over to his mom? EX, outside the distance. No one not even going to try to challenge that. Closer, closer to stun. Does go for the assist, but not too much off of that. Does get the back throw, though. Man, the buffers from Commander Jesse. Yo, Noah, he's cracking like an egg. Commander Jesse's cooking right now, about to fry him. Commander Jesse with the final finish, and there it is, the crouching medium kick. Swings it all the way back, and we were looking at moments where it was almost over. Basically over. If it one bad decision, but Jesse staying solid. I'm sorry, Jesse. I didn't believe in this calling. I didn't believe in the work that you had with this character. You called me a fool.
Noah's trying to seal the deal now, and it's becoming a bit more telegraphed in his approach. And you can't really do that versus Commander Jesse's style of play. He's a Dalsum player. It's his job to scoop that out, man. Everybody wants to run in and do whatever they want versus Dalsum. But he can use that same knowledge with Colleen, higher damage output, and seal the deal. And Commander Jesse takes it.
Dang, Commander Jesse out here. Yo, I'm sorry, Jesse. I will never, ever doubt your Colleen play again, especially how adaptive, as you said, that he got against Noah. And you saw at last where he backdashed, got the punches outside the corner, didn't even let Noah start the goofy stuff. And Commander Jesse, that Colleen, I'm sorry. I will never, ever say anything wrong about that Colleen again. That was my bad. I will never. I apologize. So that is losers. So that's the end of Noah's run, right?
Yeah, that's the end of Noah's run. Congratulations for him to place in top 8 in such a stacked bracket this week.
For sure.
Yeah, but now we got Chris CCH. Hopefully he can join in.
Gotta come back in. I wonder what he's gonna pick against Rog. Brian F set up a big old tier list of who he thinks Rog loses to, wins against, all this stuff like that. And all I remember, I guess I could pull it up, but anyway, the gist of it was he looked at it. He was like very depressed. He was like, man, I thought Rog did a little bit better against some of these matchups. I thought Rog did a little bit better than against the cast, and unfortunately, I think a lot of the characters that Chris plays are the characters that Rog, kind of gets dusted by. Now you can Chris probably won't play, Guile, but he does have the G, which does really well against Rog. And he said Brian F also said Sakura does pretty well against Rog as well too. So it's gonna be difficult. But again, we've seen this before. Difficult matchups. Matoha says, I don't care. I'm gonna slug it out. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Every top 8 Matoha fights a G. Either if it's Mario DBs, Luigi's, right? Commander Jess if he wants to. There's definitely G's in the bracket of semifinals and top 8. It's crazy. So, okay, we're going to Sakura. Okay,
I guess throw that out the window. This is less harder, I think, from Toa. But that light kick buffer is going to be a problem. But if you whip DPs like that, that's only going to be a benefit from Toa.
Yeah, like you said, that standing light kick punish is really good. It's definitely one of the farthest in the game for a character with a character that size, and the walk speed behind it. I call it she's like glue. It's one of the characters like glue. It's like Zeku is glue. Like pretty much characters that each of their mediums their pushback is not very far away. Sakura is kind of like that, right? And with her walk speed too, it gives her that much oomph to continue these type of resets. And I call the overhead right there too. But Mato has solved that. Did his crouching medium into target combo. Oh, it didn't kill. He's got to finish the deal. Oh, Chris
woke up with the DP. What? He's better off.
Man.
These young cats play raw out here. They don't cook their food. They just throw it in their mouths. They don't care about eating the bacteria or whatever. They just cook it raw. They just eat the food raw.
Dude,
all right, everything raw here. Raw DPs, raw food, everything raw. Chris CCH woke up with it, got punished. Toha got the first one here. But again, you're right. It's all about being like glue with this. But you got to be careful about what you do because Toha definitely can capitalizing things. But there's the stun, and with the meter this character has, you might be done. No, not yet. No, didn't build up enough for CA. Goes for the reset. I didn't even think Sakura had resets like that.
Yeah, and Matoha is really good at checking, so he needs to test. He needs to really test to see if any of this stuff is real, and he won't hesitate. This is the first game. This is data, and a lot of the stuff that people get away with is fake, to be honest. And I'm like, oh, that's fake. He goes, hey man, I gotta try it. I'm like, it's a pretty good mentality to have for the first game. And then after that, he switches up. So he has been learning, man.
You gotta put those in your game plan, the fake stuff with the real stuff. Because if they get hit, it's real stuff. Dash up, throw, okay. Chris CCH got him in the corner using the V-trigger one. I like that for continuous pressure. Maybe not the fireball game because that's why. Because of the V skill that Balrog has to smooth through. Yep, gotta do it up close and personal. Gets the throw though, trying to even things out with the jump in, staying locked down. For that final buffer, both of them looking to really close this out here. No! That's bad. That's real bad. The DP on the wake up like that gets punished from Toha. Staying solid. How many times has Chris just put himself in bad situations with those reversals?
Oh man, he's right now there's a fuse, just lit under him right now. He's just kind of like going and going and going. Sakura also, he's like one of those characters like Zeku. You want to push buttons. You want to get, you get a rhythm. Your blood is going, and sometimes you get, overzealous in your execution. So, and remember, he played G last time, so he's got to get used to the pacing. They're different pacing, definitely.
Yeah, very much so. That's also a problem of having multiple characters, being multi-character specialists, which most people kind of have to be, I think, now in the season with almost every character being viable, if not every character being viable at some way. You have to be able to switch that switch on. Cool, I played G, now I gotta learn how to play Sakura. And you gotta be really risky, or really less risky to be honest, because you have low health and low stun. And Toha, really just putting the work on this character right here. Dash punch raw, gets a counter hit, gonna allow him to get the jab. But Toha just putting the work on Chris. Chris, you gotta calm down.
Yeah, man, and Chris, definitely one of the best players in Pac North. Him, Dr. Danny Pham, those guys, it's great to see all these styles coming together, and it's a good culture clash of Street Fighter styles. And Mataoha constantly surprising us that he's not just used to playing, SoCal and our timing anymore, right? And Chris CCH, man, he beat Daigo at Canada Cup. You remember that last year?
Yeah.
So like he's no
the
slouch
people even know
too.
that.
Yeah, Chris CCH is sick, dude. Like he brings definitely a bright future for West Coast Street Fighter. He has so many great years coming up, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he still manages to win this tournament.
I mean, he can still make it happen. He's got to be playing really solid here, trying to get the crouch mini kick conversion. Motoha stands in his way, trying to swing him out of the bracket. Closer and closer to V-trigger. Chris doesn't get it. He gets crush countered instead.
Damn,
Man, it's rough. It's rough.
Mata Oha, dude, he is definitely on a tear, dude. This loser bracket run, it's crazy, dude. This is probably the not only the most relentless, the most clutch he's been that I've seen. You know, it's a lot of heart too. You know, you gotta understand, man. This guy. Think about it, like your locals, right? Some people start to go to your locals and they never place top 8, top 16 or anything, and then they finally place it once or twice, and they do their best to like hang out with the crew, right? So he's been going to Barcode with us when it was open back in
nice.
you know pre quarantine times, and you know he would hang out and play with us and you know just level up, dude, little by little, and I used to just play the Shoto matches versus him for like the longest time, and he ended up just beating my ass a lot because obviously, you know, the match is what it is. And when he started to do that, when he started to do that, I'm like, dude, like you have a certain style, you actually have a certain technique with Balrog. You're very precise. Like you check the right things. You don't let people get away with stuff. You play at such a range that's old school too. Right, like you'll get your dash punch at the furthest tip, right? Good Balrog players, they will throw a dash punch and you won't be able to punish it. They'll check what they need to check, and they smell the right kind of blood. You know what I mean? So before putting themselves in a, you know, not a fortunate situation.
Yeah, I mean that's I mean you saw it before, like you know, Chris CCH threw out one of the fireballs and he had just the max distance punish with that and the jump into. His call to the fireballs have all been really great. Even the V-trigger fireball was great as well. So, man, if I was looking at the bracket, you know, before, I mean, hell, looking at the bracket, like how it was before compared to how it is now, even in the top 8s, how things have been running, I would have never called any of this. To be honest, I would have been like, this person would go here, this person would go here. I don't know if Matoa is going to make this run. I think Eli the Curry is still going to be up in top 8. But some days it just doesn't be like that, you know. It's just how it is. And sometimes you just have players who are like more in their game or have stepped up their game to just become, you know, the better player that day. And you know, Commander Jesse making the run, Toha making the run, just a lot of strong people, a lot of strong cats out here. You know, COVID makes people hungry. You know, I thought people were gonna be like, I don't really care. I don't really care about what's going on. You know, Street Fighter, whatever. But some of these people are still keeping that hunger. And speaking of people keeping that hunger, Try Hard JB out here. Put the capital T on the Try Hard right here because he's coming out for these tournaments more often. Yo, he got second place last week and he wants that first place. I can tell he's hungry for it. But yo, Stupendous is still making the run too.
Yeah. So back in the last few months of Wednesday Night Fights offline, it's been Commander Jesse, it's been JB, it's been Stupendous. I think at the time too is when like Dangka Diaz is trying out Gil. My man. Oh gosh. Well, I think I played a little bit of Ryu just because I wanted to give him a chance. But this is typically what you would see at top 3 back then. All right, winners finals.
So we got a first of 3 for this one right here. Got some matches to play. Stupendous does have other characters to play too. But I don't think Geef loses his match, but he does have a lot of tools that kind of negate what Rashid wants to do and kind of start the mix. And I feel like if he can get the mix going, it doesn't matter who you are, Rashid, Akuma, G or whatever. Even if it's a difficult matchup, a good Zangief player can find those moments and make them happen. But we'll try hard JB, let that happen though. Listen, I'm saying to try hard with it because I just can't get out of my mind. Like that's just how JB is. He's a try hard. That's why it's in his name.
Hey dude, I love me some try hard players, man. I tweeted something about that, right? Like, bro, like if you're fucking doing what it takes to win, sport, game, whatever the case may be, fuck yeah, go fucking do it.
People, be try hard. You want to be a try
hard. Hell yeah, dude, because you get the best out of them, right? Versus like, oh, you're such a try hard. Why you gotta like try to win everything? I'm like, well, are we playing a game or what's the deal? And
you want to be competitive or not? You just want to chill out in casual mode.
And they better be freaking serious, man. In a few weeks we got the West Coast version of the CPT Online, so this is the training grounds for it, and hopefully, if the community wants, we'll do more of these before then. But we just got to get that feedback, man. If you guys living in the West Coast and you want more of an all-inclusive Wednesday Night Fights tournament for online, let us know.
Let them know. Please give them the feedback. This could be, if it works out, this could be even more games, even more, more people to play, more competition, more variety, more matchups, things like that. It can maybe lead to other things. Like, you never know. Like, we'll see what happens here. I'm definitely excited. I'm definitely excited to have this kind of stuff going on right here. Try hard. JP, those Stupendous are two people that would normally see each other in the bracket, but at the same time, JB definitely. I see the hunger. I see the hunger in his eyes. Like, I went to his stream once, and he wants to win. He wants to win this Wednesday Night Fights. Wants to get the groove back. But the EX SPT, this is where it starts. He's got the meter. He's gonna use it for the EXDP. Put it back in the corner. Just knowing that, like, I gotta either
you're coming in and out in audio, my man. It's all good. Yeah. Try joining in and go out the call and come back in. No worry, I got you. Alright, so yeah, JB getting the cross up. Go to the corner. One more mix up. Good tech. Oh man, damn, dude. Stupendous is walking him down. No fear. Wow, what a whiff. No whiff punish. No whiff punish again. There we go. Now it's the V trigger. 6 seconds. 5. What is it going to do? Crouching fierce.
Heavy punch.
Yes. Ye old faithful.
Listen, they said that move was nerfed.
No, it definitely, dude, it's been nerfed like 2 times now. No, 3 times actually. So.
But it's still so strong.
And it's still, so much. Yeah, it's still strong. It's still strong.
But that's the thing. Is like it's great because I think at lower levels, and maybe even mid levels, a lot of Rashid players would just sling that out and you can punish them by just jumping in on it or with punishing it. But the smart ones, the strong ones like JB, will well space that out and they won't be slinging it all the time in their game plan, right? If you watch JB, Big Bird, strong Rashid players like that, you won't see it as much. You'll see it at the right moments. It's like any crush counter button these days that has like extra recovery on it. They know when to use it. They know when to apply it. They know when they can do it. When it's not going to lead to them getting whiff punished into 40% of their life.
Yeah. So those of you guys who are just tuning in, this is winners finals. We reached top 4. We've had over 70 players this week. Our largest Wednesday Night Fights online event to date. It's been averaging from like 20 to 30-ish players, but 70, that's a statement.
That's a lot. People want to come through for the practice. They want to come through for that hunger. I think again, seeing the East Side go at it like they want their chance too. Stupendous bringing out the Seth, but this is funny because a lot of people said when this character dropped that it would be a counter to Rashid, and I don't think it's like that. But I think this character does have some good things, but low health is not one of them. And when you're stuck in the corner, you gotta make some decisions. EXTP a little too obvious, Stupendous. A little too obvious on that one. Try hard JB with the punish in the finish.
Yeah, it's rough. Like I actually started to play Seth a bit, and you really have to have she's got the trickery of the dive kicks, little unknown ranges. Can corner carry pretty well, but defense is a little shoddy because it's kind of one-dimensional too of what connects and what doesn't. Because a lot of the stuff is unsafe.
Yeah, the normals aren't too good. If you look at the frame data, some of the normals aren't too good. It's just not a character that has a lot of plus frames on their normals. consistently like other characters. So the turn kind of ends quite a bit. You know, they have to really land and play that footsie game and make sure those hits land. Like the crouching mini kick right there, that has to land. If that's not landing, you're getting pieced up. Try hard JP, got him in the corner. The super on deck. Means that final finish doesn't even need the meter to do it. Stupendous trying to find an answer against JB right now.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the struggle when you start to play Seth. It's not a walk in the park like Street Fighter 4 Seth, where you can you can just jump all around the screen, and you got offensive and defensive, like really good offensive and defensive, tool set. Here, like you really need to know your ranges, just like any seasoned character you're taking time with. You got funky buttons too. Yeah.
Man, you don't have a teleport, no fireball, no command grab. Like with this character, definitely different stuff than we've seen before. But you know, still strong, but you have to find those moments, and that may not come. JB's got him in the corner looking for that final hit, the dive kick. That's one thing that's super cheap though, but you gotta get that to land all the time, and you know, easier said than done. Stupendous hasn't activated just yet. He's looking for that moment, that final weight. He could have done it off that target combo right there. Stupendous looking for that thing to do at that right time. But it may not be that time at all as JB gets the finish right here with the EXTP. I hate to see it. You see all that red bar down at the bottom not being used for Seth? And for Seth, it's not a character that you use that for like mix-ups and stuff, right? It's to enhance the neutral. It's to make the damage from those hits count. What was that?
Yeah, to me, it just seems that JB's done his homework. He has a better feel of how to approach like the whiff normals, because versus new characters, you don't really whiff punish them. You kind of like look at it and you're like, huh, okay, and then you just kind of deal with it. Stupendous did a fucking amazing job just now, but like overall, like it's just JB has been one of those players where if he knows that you're scared of his relentless pressure, he can stay back and just play a whiff punish game too.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit come out some of that match here. Punish. Oh, he fell just a little bit too short. Which was the enhanced mixer right there, DP. But here's the pressure. I think that's one of the problems is like Stupendous. The defense game isn't there with this character just yet. He's trying to find the offense. When he has the offense going, it's great. But when JP slings it back to the offense, it's hard for him to get his game plan going. To stuck in the corner. EX gets interrupted. There we go. Reacts to the flash. On the other side, V-trigger time, and this is where the damage comes. The V-trigger does a ton of damage. It's that final hit, closer and closer to chip. Gets a throw, and it's done. Doesn't even need the meter to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Stupendous.
That's Stupendous's patented like frame trap. Like he'll go into delayed V-trigger extension fast hand, where he does the dash punch teleport behind you. And then he'll go throw or he'll go low. Yeah.
Yo, speaking of try hard, Stupendous, using the costume code. That's like when you're in ranked and they do the costume code to show you that they're really trying hard. That's his way of showing it. It's a counter, but no conversion off that light though. That crush light. Pins with the access. There we go. Gotta do the cheap stuff with this character. Not that, because that's gonna get punished. JB with the side switch. Catches him on the walkout, but you know what? You'll take that. If you can leave the corner, away from Rashid, you're better off. Even if you take a little bit of damage. Press on V-trigger. We're gonna make it really count here this time. He's got the meter to do it. JB though, activating one of his own. Tornado, Twister, and the finish with the DP.
I'm telling you, man, JB knows when to turn it on and off. And Seth is obviously gonna have problems versus fast characters, like a Chun-Li, a Karen, like those type of characters, because they can dish out damage versus a low health character like this. When you can play perfect, it's all great and gravy, but when you can't, you don't land those hits as often as maybe you want to, or your tempo gets messed up, then that ground game becomes not fun. Let's see, Stupendous does have the lead here though. He's got some meter to work with. Hands. Yeah, there we go, the DP ender. Great execution from Stupendous, by the way. A lot of people don't land those as often as they should. He's been like 100% on it.
Stupendous trying to do that axe with the cheap stuff. JB's down in the corner looking for that moment to activate V-Trigger to swing things back. DP puts it back in the corner. The lockdown. Not leaving your house till it's all over. EX, constant pressure. Yo, backs off away from the V reversal. Is this gonna work? No, it's not. Yo, JB's blocks it out. The axe kick though. That's what you need. The cheap stuff, Stupendous. Sometimes I think like Stupendous thinks a little bit too much. Just axe kick. Just axe kick. Just throw that more into your game plan.
Dude, Stu just did everything. He backed up, he did V reversal, he did supers. Oh, get off me, dude. Like, what are you doing? Get off me. Let me play. And now it's his turn, right?
Let's see if he can make the swing around and try to put JP in the losers. EX, this is looking terrible though. Sun's building. DP, push in the corner. I like how JP kind of just walks out, waiting for a little bit of an EX DP. No go. Side switch, but it's still mid screen. Okay. See what the jump is. Getting a little bit more froggy out here. Introducing the dive kick, the normal jumps. You gotta switch that up. I think that's also a good game plan for Seth, is to kind of jump in like that and try to find your moments. Here we go with the EX. Not enough to finish though. Dive kick the cheap stuff. See, this is the cheap stuff. That's what you want to do, but try hard with the anti-airs.
Wow.
Stupendous is still in it.
Wake up, jab, throw. When in doubt, just do it. No, but Seth's crouching light punch has a very the pushback isn't very far. So and I want to say Seth is actually pretty plus there, +2. It's crazy. +2. It's still a lot.
That's the thing. It's like this character does have great throw pressure, and I think the throw game maybe not as good as like Kage in the corner, but like when you start getting the axe kicks and things like that, in your game plan, even stronger. Stupendous looking super dominant right here. Oh no, but it all went down after this. So he's got some life to play with. Got the X bar on deck. V reversal gets caught. No go. Stuck in the corner. Gets counter hit. He had everything in his pocket, and all it took was an EXDP and some bad decisions. But the EXDP still comes out. Stupendous don't care. Try to put this on match point. V-Trigger stops him from doing so.
He dashed into his doom. That's so wild. He wanted to do the teleport Dimitri DP.
Yeah.
Mad cradle. Yeah.
Didn't work out. He's still in a crush counter. The follow up. Gets a shimmy. Stun. Not enough to kill, I don't think. Yeah. Even with the 2 bars, still gonna have some scaling. Another decision, Stu, not that one. You picked, yep, the answer was A, you picked B. But I feel that when you're pressured in the corner, easier said than done to not wake up with the EXDP. Stupendous, just, a little bit too obvious with it. Woke up with it and got punished. Oof. But no, I got to give credit to Stupendous. Something was looking pretty fresh. It was getting there, Just defensive decisions, and that comes with time. Understanding when to do those things, the XDPs and things like that, when to incorporate them, especially against players like JB who kind of have a really great feeling of when to stagger their pressure.
Yeah, I know some people ask like how has the brackets been progressing. So that was winners finals with obviously JB taking a really close match versus Stupendous 3-2. JB's always been a terror from the get-go, 2-0 versus Chris CCH. Noah playing Stupendous couldn't clutch it out in the muscle spirit match, right? The muscle spirit. But he did whatever he could as a young player. You're Mika. You're gonna try to check everything, and if something hits, keep it going and try to go for the resets, which he almost snuck in on Stupendous. It was looking scary, but Stupendous won that. Then you got Commander Jesse 2-0 versus Luigi. Dangka Diaz going down to Mataoha. And then Noah, the Prodigy, finally losing to Commander Jesse. That was a close one, too. Commander Jesse turning it around with Colleen. And then Mataoha, man, on a tear. Another 2-0 versus Chris CCH. His Balrog is looking freaking amazing right now. And now he's fighting against Commander Jesse. So he's fighting 2 of his demons right now, like
Damn.
almost back to back. So I don't think I've ever seen, like, if he wins this, I don't think I've ever seen it as far as beating 2 of his demons. This
What
way.
a run that would be, like to
Yeah.
fight both. And to fight 2 different sims, that's also the problem. I feel like too. You're fighting one sim, you have to learn how to refight the other sim. Like you're gonna have the same tools obviously, but how people play characters is so different, especially in this season with you have new triggers and things like that, new V skills, new ways to play your characters and things like that. So the game has evolved over time, not only with the meta, but also with everything that's been added to the game and subtracted in some ways in terms of like buffs and nerfs. It's just you gotta learn how to like switch that stuff on and off. But Commander also does have other characters. He does have Colleen. So like, if you're not gonna get pieced up by the sim, will it be Colleen putting Matoha's run on ice? Like you got to worry about that as well too. So I'm curious. I think let's see what Commander picks. Like I see a G right there. I don't think he would. You're too far in the bracket. That G is probably a little more fresh than the other characters. Unless I don't know. I don't know if Commander would go G. I don't know. Of course, people.
He's gonna probably test some things out. I still smell a Dhalsim.
Yeah.
Just because it's one of those things, like, you may know it's a bad matchup, but if you're still confident versus the player matchup is a thing, not just the matchup. Okay, the character. It's because you have some knowledge over that player. Either it can be confidence, it could be just your style of play. It's a time of day. Like, dude, I've seen people just lose favorable matchups. They know what to do, but they just can't beat this person, right? They just it's not just all the skill. You have to. This is demon talk. See, look at this, Dhalsim, right? This is like, all right, how am I gonna beat a favorable matchup? But I haven't even scratched that surface yet. I need my time to shine.
And a lot of people, like how many people have done the work to really lap out why they win a match? Wow, what a whip punish from Toha. Round start with a sweep right there. Again, you talk about precision, and we're seeing it right there.
Yeah, dude.
With the trade.
To open a match up with that type of whip punishing, that speaks volumes, dude. He is ready. That's all I can say, man. Matoha is ready, and dude, I can't wait, man. This match is turning out to be quite the slobber knocker already. And look at that, Commander Jesse on the offensive. Oh, okay, he's taking a step back, but playing that Blaze Blue game with the V trigger.
With the juggles,
yeah.
Clips him. Oh, doesn't get the chance to use it. Matoha stays solid, gets the finish with the rush punches right there in the V trigger. Oh, are we taking up the costume? Yo, Jesse, I know you're streaming right now. You are probably, your hands are sweaty right now. You're doing the costume code like this. I know you are trying super hard. You got to. Matoha, you don't want to go down against Matoha. You don't want to lose. On the other hand, like, you don't want, you want to keep being someone's demon. You want to keep being the reason why they are, working hard. You want to give them that room. You want them to obviously grow, so you have to grow, but you want to keep them at the arm's length. Like, you want to be the one at the top.
Yeah, man. Just pay close attention to what Mataoha checks, because already he's been checking the ranges of Dhalsim's dive kicks, or the spears, or the mummies.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little more pressure from Commander Jesse, a little more safety, I would say, overall, in terms of his economy of buttons.
Yeah,
not taking this many trades that time, too, as well.
Yeah, Jesse's always been good about switching up the the momentum, offense to defense with Dhalsim. You got to make the quicker decisions, actually, than even faster characters, because Dhalsim is a slow character. You got to be at least 2 to 3 steps ahead just to see if you're in the safety zone.
And especially when you're getting pieced up like this. There we go. Teleport out of the way. But now you're close and close to the corner. The EX upper catches him out of the sky. The throw. Oh, no. This could be the start of something big here with Toha. Coming up one. Putting one on the board with the EX for the finisher. And just, the constant pressure. Like, he caught Commander Jesse walking back, and again, it's to me, it's like overloading the mental stack so they don't get the thing set up that we talked about before in the sim matchup, so they don't get their game plan going, and just make it a slobber knocker, just knocking them out. Like you dish out more damage than you're gonna take from them. So going back to the lobby, I wonder if we're gonna see a switch already.
Oh yeah, the switch, or I don't know about V trigger change, but the switch is definitely likely. Either if it's going to be Colleen or G, which are better matchups. Colleen with she can punish blocked rush punch. She can play in uncomfortable ranges. I mean, she can get in and out of range really quick. And then G, command grab character, bro. Sandy jab from Oblivion. Like his crouching jab is like many characters crouching medium kicks.
Yeah,
right? It's treated that way. Yeah, and it's still not a walk in the park, but just the amount of opportunities you can get by checking with the jabs, by getting a good jump in, a knockdown, like it more so than most characters. Like if Dawson gets like a knockdown on you, big deal, right?
Right.
Okay, he's probably gonna, yeah, right. But if G gets knocked down on you, like, oh man, here we go. you're praying to Jesucristo at that point.
Yeah, but I guess we're gonna see it. Command Jesse maybe need to take a moment to chill and find out what he had to do. He's going back to the sim pick. Maybe we'll ride or die with Mr. Fantastic out here. And Matoha introducing a lot of neutral jumps, but now he's starting to get blown up by Commander Jesse, and I like that. Being aware of someone's movement options, try to slide through, but he got on your side here. Matoha still neutral jumping, saying I'm gonna do more damage no matter what. You can snipe me out of the air. That's no big deal. See, like I can take a few hits here and there. No big deal. You're just gonna give me trigger. Now you're stuck in the corner. Oh no! Don't get crush counter. Don't give this man any more meter than he needs. Jesse gotta find a way out of this corner. Gotta stem the pressure. That's Matoha. Constantly on it. Gets in with the V skill. One more hit to do it. One more throw. There it is, Matoha.
The amount of confidence behind, Matoha's like his dashing, his micro stepping, the checking of the lights versus the drills. Now finally figure out the name of that move. It's so wild, dude. And then Commander Jesse doing what he does, trying to change the rhythm, like, dude, I know you got the good attacks now, dude, but time to get off me and let me do my work. Oh, and the overhead connects.
This is where it begins. V trigger all the way to the corner. This is where you want to put Sim because he doesn't have much to work with. Just had a V reversal. It's the EX side switch. There we go. EX Yoga Flame stays alive. Man, that was looking real bad, but he found the right moment. That's the thing, is like you have to have the right defensive moments too. You got to be able to survive. Like at the top of the screen, it says objective survive. You'll beat the hit V trigger. Objective survive. Doesn't matter who it is, you got to survive. Defense is a huge part in this game, man. It's not so obvious in other games. You have reversals and things like that, bursts and things like that. You gotta like make the right decisions. Crush counter, get the anvil, side switch, EX. Jesse's in there. He ain't leaving. Overhead though, Matoha. We saw this before. Can Matoha make it work out even more now? More pressure here. EX Flame. Locked down, but the anti-air. The snipe from the sky. Shooters on the roof. Commander Jesse, okay. He just needed a second, people. He just needed some time.
Yeah, hey guys, hearing some reports about the game audio is not that high. If it is or isn't, let me know. Some people can hear it. If you can't, yeah, I turned it up a little bit. So thank you for letting me know. Hopefully we're fine now. So
round one.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can hear us as we go in this next match. As Commander Jesse is, he's up, or not maybe not up, but like getting up there. Like he's looking better. He's looking smoother. Like this is Commander Jesse we wanted to see before, right? The one that was able to keep the constant pressure, keep his own rhythm, whether be keeping on the offense or finding the right moments on defense. But again, with this character, easier said than done. And against Matoha, who's been studying Commander Jesse, trying beat his demon. Side activation. One's gone, so that's another in the chamber. Oh no. The Commander Jesse in the corner, you gotta fight back, my brother. You gotta fight back. V reversal, EX. On the other side, finishing up with the 3-piece.
Yeah, he tried it, man. He tried to get through it. And you know, the traveling speed of that fireball is very deceiving. It's kind of like you know, making a wrong attempt to go through Rashid's EX Wolves and shot too.
Careful that man. Jesse's, oh my god, already gets the stun. So 20 seconds in, when have you seen a sim operate like this?
He just missed a crucial combo. He's in the corner now. Oh, Jesse. He came out with the drill. Now he's got him locked down like this, and that's a wrap. Oh, Commander Jesse takes it. Matoha with a valiant effort. He still couldn't beat his demon here. Like I said, man, like, it's rough, dude. Going out, you know, fighting against two of the best sims in the country. Completely different styles. You know, it's just the way it goes sometimes, you know, and you know, but, yeah, it is what it is, man. And but at least now he's showing, you know, he put a dent in that armor, dude. It's like that.
Yeah.
Every time you're fighting somebody of that caliber, sooner or later you're gonna win, dude. You just gotta keep going at it.
Listen, he was forced to do the costume code. He pushed Jesse to go into super tryhard mode to enable the costume code to show them he wanted his rank points, that he wanted the victory, he wanted the W today. You know, and to do that, that's good stuff from Toha. So I'm sure we'll see him next week coming through the bracket, top 8 again, because, you know, it's been pretty consistent with that. But it is Commander Jesse, though, who's making this run, who might be the one to face JB. I don't know who sent Commander Jesse in the losers. I don't think of the bracket here.
I don't know why Commander Jesse left. He's got to play Stupendous now for losers final.
He said, I'm done, I won. No, dude, you gotta keep going. You got more games to play. We got more Street Fighter 5 action for you guys. Thank you again for coming out here to Wednesday Night Fights, you know, on the online edition, you know, while we wait for things to go back to quote unquote normal.
Yeah, let's
appreciate y'all coming out.
Make sure you guys also support the Matcherino. You can do it multiple ways. You can do it by contributing the code, which is WNF2020 and you get 50 cents drawn into the pot. Or you can follow any of these sponsor quests, like follow Manscaped, like, retweet, like things that are gonna take you a few seconds to do. It doesn't really cost you anything, or for the goodness of your heart, if you actually want to contribute, you know, your own support, you can always do it. I think they also link in through your PayPal, so it's pretty safe. So, all right, guys, we're gonna get into the losers finals. Boom.
Yes, sir. That's our first of 3. You know what? Before we get into that, a lot of people talking about age and stuff like that. Y'all, this must be an old man's group out here. I'm 32, and you know, people are sitting there talking about 40s and stuff like that. It's good to be around the old folk. Okay, it's good to be around the quote unquote old folk. Because usually, you know, a lot of players, you know, out here are, you know, younger these days, or 19, 20s, all that stuff like that, early 20s. It's good to see some of these old folk out here, you know, staying up late with us. I appreciate y'all.
Just, you know, man, I was just gonna say, if I'm 42 and I'm still able to, like, do the things that I do versus people at any given Evo or a Capcom Pro Tour event, you guys got a bright future. If you're in your teens, if you're in your 20s, 30s, I'm 42 and I can still do that shit. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know,
yeah,
I guess it ain't that bad. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I should probably start playing around 30 and stuff like that. Like, nah, there are people, like, there is a Wikipedia list of, like, top players that, like, passed, like, 30 and stuff like that. And it was like, or I'm sorry, a list of top players in general. And there was like half of them were past 30. So, like, it's never too late. It's never too late. It's just about training, mindset, and being consistent. We're gonna be consistent with these matchups. And Stupendous is going against Commander Jesse, and he's being consistent with that sim pick. This is kind of a weird match. Like I like Stupendous going Seth in this match, and the V skill too, just to stay in there. Let's see if it becomes an actual threat against Commander Jesse. Back jump in, multi-hand ZP for the ender. Yep, there it is, staying on top of this character. And the axe kicks, the cheap stuff.
Yeah, this is actually a very weird matchup because, yeah, like the dive kick stuff that Seth has is really annoying, but she bleeds really bad, and she gets stunned really quick too. Oh, and the super doesn't reach that far. So
you can't be whip punch with that, friend. He tried it.
He tried it. And you know what? It looks like it would go full. It should go full screen, to be honest. It should, but it doesn't.
I've seen it like good in some instances, but I've seen it also. V-Reversal's kind of interacted in a weird way with it, and we've already seen it not operate too well against the JB fight. So she's kind of staying alive. Just letting that stun decrease, gets the shin, target combo, and the B skill, the pop up. That's the throw your talk to him. And just feeling the heat out of Universal. Preemptive with his buttons. Stays right in front of him. And this activating doesn't matter. It's a big Universal. This character definitely bleeds. You see, it's like, 2 hits to do it. Commander Jesse's still alive. And there it is.
I love that. He low profiled it. He knew exactly what to do there. He smelt it. That was premeditated. All right, it's coming. Damn, Jesse. Like playing new characters versus him, that's one of the things that he tries out. If he can low profile all the weird air specials. And he's done that to my Colleen, he's done that to my Blanca. and then when he does it, he starts shaking his head for like a minute. It's like, yeah.
That is actually the smartest thing you can do, especially against a Seth player, because that's like one of the cornerstones of that character's game plan is the axe kick. Can I deal with that? Can I deal with the axe kick, some of the other moves and stuff like that? What kind of low profile? And it worked out for him. Man, okay, got the tech on deck. Let's see if Stupendous stays with the Seth pick, or is it just maybe I'm gonna make myself suffer with the Geef or the other pick of the wrong Horizon.
Oh, hey, we got to report that Commander Jesse's button came flying off.
What?
So he wants
he
to
was
test.
mashing that hard?
Yeah, all right. So he's testing it in the button check-in menu right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So see how like it's flickering standby menu.
yeah, just to make sure.
Hey, look. Hey, bro, welcome to OG fucking hitting the buttons, dude. Right. every other stick that I have has a button missing, or I had to replace it. Like every stick.
Because you mash hard. Like you got it. That's what we did back in the day. You mash hard.
Bro, like my middle finger, my ring finger, like when I play a lot, the calluses are on the far right of it, because that's where I end up pianoing too. So and like when I get into it, you know what I mean?
Right. I was on Sanford's stream, and like people were like, "Why is he mashing really hard? Why is he hitting the buttons?" I'm like, "Cause that's the old school. That's how you made sure you were hitting the buttons right. You had to make sure they were not sticky, they were working. You had to really hit them buttons. Like y'all weren't there. Like y'all had to suffer. Some of the buttons would work. The jab wouldn't work. You just get smoked. Listen, it is what it is. Looks like Commander Jesse's gonna go back into it. Looks like the button was working out just fine. If he makes this run, it's gonna be so many things have happened in Chelsea. On his stream in here.
See here's where the old age catches up to you. Where are we on the points now?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, is that right? Commander Jesse got one. Did he win last?
Yeah, Commander Jesse, he won the last one, right? Yo, people, help us out. It's late. We're old.
We old cats up here. We got a 30-year-old and a 40-year-old up in here, dude.
Yo, run us with the scores. I'm sure they know.
Come on,
chat.
chat.
Hit us with the scores real quick.
Round one. Fight.
So while we're waiting for that, let's see. Princess going back to the Seth pick, and let's see what he's got. He's still going to V skill 2. I don't think there was really anything wrong with what he had on deck. It's just the decisions, in the neutral. Tried to get the spin kick. What a call out from Commander Jesse. Locking him down with the gale pressure. This time no go. There's more of the axe kick. We'll see a little more of that cheat stuff too. Yo, I mean, get Grandpa's glasses. Come on, man. Yo, pay respect to your elders. Come on. Activation from Stupendous. Right in the side switch here. Again, this is the power of this character. Able to use this to get the confirms, max out the damage, see the final hit to do it. And this should be enough right here. The DP for the end of that Mad Cradle. Stupendous. A little more solid. Jesse up one. Thank you. After how many insults? Appreciate it. So Jesse's up one.
We're too focused on the story. Then what just happened, though? Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, focus on the story of being old, and then the old factor comes out to play. So Stupendous does have a match. He's looking level solid right here. He's looking super solid. He's got the Commander Jesse in the corner. Doesn't finish off with the DP just yet. Oh no, you side switch. You messed up, my friend. Commander Jesse loves this. Saw this range to play. All this room to just kind of smooth on back.
Yeah, man. Ooh. Oh, you missed!
Wake up with the super, I agree. This time it's gonna hit. Stupendous finally landing the super. How many times
is it gonna kill? No!
Not this time. If he would have done this in trigger, it might have. He does add 10 extra on the deck. Ooh. That little bit helps, but that little jab will land him the win.
Seth wins.
There we go, Stupendous. Find his rhythm. And us also some of the errors from Commander Jesse getting a little too anxious, getting a little bit too finicky, kind of autopiloting. I can feel the stress over here from Jesse's side.
Yo,
I can feel it.
I'm so glad both of these freaking numbskulls finally play more characters. I'm just for you don't understand. For years we've been trying to get Stupendous to play anybody else. On top, not just Zangief, but somebody else, right? Same with Jesse. It's like, dude, your Dawson is amazing, but fuck, dude, the matches that you have to go through at the highest level doesn't even let you play, right? Yeah. Like the Macauleys and the Mikas, right? The Karens, like what do you do against that crowd? And he goes, no man, it's hard. I'll just wait till Sakura comes on. And then Sakura comes on, like, whoops.
Nope. Yo, some people thought the same thing with Sakura. I just need a zoner, man. I need a zoner. It doesn't work out that way. But now it's working out for Commander Jesse. I mean, we talked about having multiple characters. It's helped out Commander Jesse, picking Colleen. Stupendous also, as you said, has Rog. That was part of the original group, Rog and Geek. Now it's added Seth to the mix. And I think with this game, you kind of have to have multiple characters. You kind of have to have, even with sheet players, if there's like team-based tournaments and stuff, you gotta have something else in your pocket, on your plate, ready to go.
Yeah, I could totally see the trend now with like the young top players. They do have a lot of like alternate characters now, and I mean, look, the Capcom Cup champion, huge move to Poison, right? Punk's got, yeah, Punk can play every character, right? Dangka Diaz has many characters of his arsenal. Chris CCH, right? Knuckle Dew, like all the new cats, man. Problem X, right? They all got many characters.
Have that toolkit on your deck here. Look at the gray life that Stupendous has right now. Commander Jesse's hungry for that last hit. But if you're, Stupendous, you're thinking about that. Like, what can I do to kind of goad him into this? Axe kick lands, the cheap stuff. You should plate those, Stupendous. For the super, the chip. Super of his own, Commander Jesse. This time again, it works out for Stupendous. Commander Jesse wasted all that meter. The attempt was there, but just didn't work out. Stupendous now match point.
I wonder if Yoga Teleport would have got out of that. That's something to check. That's something to test for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure Commander Jesse will probably be like thinking about that one. Like, what are my other defensive options from this range? Because that super skin, bane of his existence right now. The double dash though, back throw. Cash in for free. Now against Commander Jesse like that. Back throw to the corner. Talk to him. Stupendous with the axe kick. Put him down to the ground. Gets a counter hit. EXDP Stupendous. Trying to find a way to activate now. And activate is good. Commander Jesse's chipping away, letting him cook. So well done. Runs right into the fireball. Commander Jesse. 2.
Dalton wins.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Stupendous. See, I'm getting so mixed up in my old age. But yo, Stupendous though had him run into the fireball.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
It's tied up now. You know, it's for dude. We've seen Zengi versus Dalsum for like 3 years, minimum 3 years. He wouldn't change his mind until he finally started picking like Balrog. Abigail, then he went to the Balrog. He didn't like Abigail at all. He tried it, didn't like it. Balrog, I'm like, wow, that's so left field, but that totally works to your bad matchups. Because usually the characters that give problems are long-range based characters that can zone.
No, he's using Seth. It's gonna work out. I can see the work. I can see everything coming together. But it's Commander Jesse though, he's so high. He's a man out here smashing his buttons, trying to get things to work. He's back in the days where if you hit it harder, you get more damage. Like he's playing like that. Hop on, taking a good Stupendous, slide activation, let the man cook again. Go for the well done. I ordered well done. I don't want to see any blood. Oh, nice. You gotta be careful about throwing those fireballs out. A lot of people forget about that. You know, they can do the V-trigger side switch on that and get a punish. Or at least side switch in general. Again, EX hand for the corner. Yo, put him down to the ground. Oh, the call out. Yo, Stupendous with the axe kick. That was sick.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay. Sliding wrong. Not to overextend too much, but Fred just being a little more active with his buttons. And so those axes can't come out for free as much, especially the range that Fred Jesse's playing at. Just you gotta be a little bit more risky with throwing those out. You're gonna take a few more hits than maybe you want to. So walk up throw for Stupendous. Gets a counter hit. So just having here. There we go. It's the V trigger. Drying him up. This is trying to get that great left, trying to take advantage of that. The flip out. Stupendous closer and closer to a situation where all he needs is that final hit, that one hit to do it. I see the CA on deck. He's hungry for it. You know he's hungry for it. And Jesse recognizes he's on the corner though. Gets the counter hit. There's the finish. Stupendous. Didn't even need the bar.
So we gotta ask the players what the score is.
Well, I guess we're gonna see who is up. I think it might be Stupendous at 1 though, because he's 2 up over Jesse. So maybe.
Oh yeah, I see 2 wins, 1 loss. Oh, so it's 2-2 because Jesse backed out 1. So it's 2-2
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 2-1. All right, so we are going back to the lobby here. I think for a possible switch from the other side now. So
was that
up
it?
2.
He went out. No, it's not it.
I think they're
He's switching.
Yeah, they might be switching. So it's possible that Commander Jesse goes to.
Okay. That makes more sense.
I would like to maybe see him try that Colleen. I don't know how she does in the Seth matchup. I haven't really seen too much of that. Maybe the V skill 2 is probably maybe a threat to her, Colleen. But you know, having a parry, having to be able to kind of skate on through and really keep on that character, keep on Seth. That's one thing I've been seeing an issue with Sim is like lack of damage. Has been the case. You know, the lack of being able to do the mix-ups. But if you're Colleen, you can stick on that character all day, and those mix-ups are gonna hurt. They're gonna be damaging. They're gonna be heavy on a character like Seth. So let's see if he switches or if he's just need a breather. Maybe you just need a breather. Maybe you just need a break. But man, what a run it would be for for Commander Jesse to make it this far and go all the way with it. Fight JB, but it's Stupendous that says this could be Stupendous' day too. No, back to the Sim we go. Back to the old, the original. He wants the original Lay's flavor, nothing else. He doesn't want the other flavors, nothing different. Plain old Sim.
No, it's good, man. Like, it would really suck to see if Stupendous, he would get top 8, but if he would face any of the Dawson players, he can't proceed. Like, I knew the amount of talent that he has is he limits himself just to keep it locked with one character. So it's great to see more of the player's potential shine with other characters. So awesome.
Jesse, though, in the lead, got that gray life on the deck, trying to finish him off. Stupendous. Yo, the call out in the view reversal. Again, he punishes. The trade gets a punish. Matt cradles down to the ground.
Oh, he got
Ice kick.
Oh, he tried to shimmy. Yo, that was a sick scramble, dude. He almost got it.
Yeah, he had it.
Just
It was right in his hands.
Stupendous.
But it's Commander Jesse that's on match point right now. The swing around, the turnaround. Yo, he's hungry for it. He's mad. Bugs are flying everywhere, I bet. The sweat is everywhere. My man's hands are probably, it's a slip and slide. But he's staying alive. So gets him in the corner. The back throw, try to get the shimmy, no bite. Throw again, you're supposed to put him back in the corner. Keeping the pressure on. Beautiful. When you have to, like, you know, commit to that kind of thing, that's a sign from a Dawson, like, you know, they get a little bit nervous. They have to do this. Defensive tactic. You know, have to be able to spin it on the trigger. But though, you know, Commander Jesse, he's in a situation before where he pulls everything back. You know, get the gray life. There you go. Let this all add up because you just need a few more hits to do it. Jesse, EX, the pressure. All he needs is a few more hits. Commander Jesse looking at that grand finals, licking his chops, looking for the final hit. The axe kick, no, gets open with the target combo. What's supposed to? Oh no!
Ooh, is this gonna kill? Oh man, it's gonna be close.
It's gonna be super close.
Oh, it's super close.
Jesse,
Oh,
what's your
the
option?
slide.
Let's go, Jesse.
Commander Jesse with the little short baby slide for the win.
Let's go, Jesse. With your heart.
Commander Jesse.
With your heart,
Dude.
Jesse.
Damn,
Jesse,
son. Dude,
I
Stupendous
see
was
you.
doing so good. Look, both the games he had to come back to catch up to the deficit, but at least it was more challenge. It was a better fight than it would be if he picked Zangief, man. So fucking kudos to you, dude. Finally, fucking picking new characters. I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
Again, you gotta have that toolkit on deck. You know, season 5, you gotta have the characters ready. You gotta adapt, and that was great adaptation. But yo, Commander Jesse's out here. I told y'all he was hungry. I was sitting in that man's stream, back and forth. I'm bouncing people's streams. I'm gonna tell you, the hungriest person, it was Jesse. It was Jesse out there. They had the hype train going. He was getting the subs and stuff like that. I bet his Twitch is going off right now. So make sure, you know, when this all said and done, you know, give the man a follow, maybe a sub, give him some love. You know, the players are out here showing their routes all the way to, you know, victory or defeat. You can see how they are, like, you know, Jesse, his buttons flying everywhere. But that's how you know he's committed.
I don't know why he keeps leaving. He's up next again.
Yo, he's pacing around his house. He's like, I got this. Like, if he's still streaming, people let me know. If he's still streaming, is he like pacing? Is he like, he's like, let's go in the background?
Yo, right there, dude. He's like, he's finessing that beer. He's like talking to it. He's all like, was that good, dude? Did I do good? All right, man. Dude, I don't know, man. I gotta play JB next. I'm gonna put these Crocs on the side now. Yeah. Get my chonies ready. We're ready for this online match.
He's looking at the man. He's like, I can do this. But I'll tell you what. What was their when they played in the high rollers, right?
Yeah.
Who was the victor of that one? It was JP and Trent Jesse.
Oh man.
I don't remember who won it though. Yo, chat, if y'all know, let us know.
I think that was, I want to say that was Jesse, because he had to beat like 2 Dawsons. No. Was it Jesse?
I feel like.
Okay, so it was like top 3 was him, JB, and oh god, the Brazilian. This is how old I am. The Brazilian Dawson. Didi Mokov. Didi Mokov. Yeah, Didi Mo.
Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, now I remember the mirror match, and I remember.
I remember where JB had to go through 2 Dawsons, and I think Jesse 1.
Well, here we go. This could be the run back right here. JB wants to have the victory. He wants that Wednesday night fights win. The online edition wants it, but it's Commander Jesse, the hungry one, that stands in his path. So now we got the Rashid and the Colleen pick. Here we go. Wednesday fights, grand finals. Are we going to see reset, or is it going to be a straight win from JB? Let's get it.
Round 1.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah, so now Jesse definitely has more characters to play with. He's just completely tired of the Dawson match versus Rashid. He knows it's whack. He doesn't want to be sitting in the corner and guessing all day long. At least with Colleen, you know, it's great mobility. She can actually whiff punish a lot of Rashid's stuff, which is, I mean, Fanny Fears whiff punishes the world. And then he can check them better too because of the lights and keep him at bay with EX counterattacks.
Yeah, her ground game's a lot better than Sims. Just in general, being able to keep on this character is really important and really making him feel uncomfortable, especially in trigger at any point. But, you know, it's easier said than done. You know, JB knows when to be patient, knows when to go in, knows when to find those moments. We can just jump it back. No, wait, let that trigger run down. Like, just chill. The jump back, the fade away. Put yourself in the corner. You've taken so much life. Seconds way down the prod. The raw sweep.
Yep. He actually gets he gets to play. The Colleen is more of a Sakura character to him because that was his other main character in Street Fighter 4. So he was able to do a one-frame link with that character. The top 2 link.
EX raw. There we go. Okay, Commander Jesse.
Definitely dishing more damage with Colleen. At least easier set of damage. Like Sakura, she's gotta do a lot of micro stepping in order to be that glue type of character. With Colleen, man, it just feels like she never backs off.
Give the forward heavy kick, the heavy punch.
Yep.
And you introduce the light into there. That's that's your ground game plan right there.
Yep.
You're seeing it right there. Yeah, crouching mid kick to check the walkbacks a few times here and there, especially for activation for trigger. But like she's got a very, very stable ground game. Crush counter happens here, all the way to the corner. Build that bar up. No bite on the shimmy. Nothing there. Just needs to find those final hits though.
Yep. Yeah, he definitely can play with more buttons in the ranges Rashid is normally prominent in. All right, now he's got. Oh, he's gonna losing him. Yep, that's gonna be the round. Boom, boom, boom. Oh no!
Oh no, he dropped.
Butterfingers. This is not the character you want to do that on. This is not the character you want to do this on.
I don't care if we got trigger. Not against the tryhard JP. EXDP on the other side, trying to get the throw. Typical mix-up. JP still in it though. He's got lead. He can make this comeback. 20 seconds, almost 20 seconds on the clock. Activation trigger. Oh, you'll take that trade. JP trying to get out. Commander Jesse with the first one.
Colleen wins.
All right, Commander Jesse. There we go. The Colleen pick, being able to be versatile, even if it's not your quote unquote main character, whatever, having another character on deck to be able to make some of these matchups that would be, difficult, a little bit less difficult for you, and finding ways to apply yourself in it. That's the smart stuff. Commander Jesse, Colleen pick again. I'll never doubt his use of this character.
Oh man, it's you can totally see the style of play. If you've seen Commander Jesse play Street Fighter 4, like what he's doing with Colleen is very reminiscent of the Sakura then. He told me he feels like this character is more complete to him. The V trigger is just too good with Colleen. Probably top 5 V triggers in the game for sure.
Oh yeah, it's 2 bars and being able to escape through projectiles and things like that. It's become a bigger threat, and this character already has some great normals. But, you gotta be able to activate. Not gonna happen this time. The overhead from JB to get the stun, the DP for the done. Okay, JB starting to swing around a little bit. Looking a little more stable this match. He found his rhythm and just found the stun sequence and ran his game.
Yeah, you can't ever count JB out. Like he learns matchups on the fly, right? Like does a little bit of final tuning. He sees that if you're playing a better neutral game than him, he'll back off a little bit so you can ease off the focus a bit, because you know when you play the actual footsie game, with punishing in this game, you put a lot of strain on your focus, a lot of fucking strain, because you have to worry about the dashing, the quick jumps, right, and then just the crush counters, and to do that full screen, dude, you're gonna lose your bearings sooner or later.
Yeah. You really gotta keep that mental stack going well too. Like at any point, depending on the character, that's easier said than done. You know, especially with Rashid, who has such great movement, and then the feature that comes out into play. Backing off, landing in it, trying to keep the pressure. The side switch from JB. Here we go, activation, feature good time. Okay, Commander Jesse, bring things back. Man. You don't want to let JB get the momentum, get things going.
Couldn't connect it.
There's a parry though, into the super, and it lands.
Dude.
All that.
Commander Jesse.
That was sick.
That
That
was
was sick.
That was sick, dude.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, dude. The conversion. See, that's why this V trigger on deck already and critical art. I mean, dude, that was the most optimal time you can use it for that combat. That's awesome.
And you really don't see many Colleen players use that meter for like super. Usually see them save it for for other for your movement or just get the finish or whatever. Or just you wouldn't spin it all. That was the right decision making. Now we're all tied up here in rounds. He's down in the corner. EX. Yep, that makes it early for the maximum Oki activation. Caught him in the corner here. At the back gets the counter hit.
But
oh, this is looking bad. One more decision.
Fucking blocking that, dude. He still gets all that crazy on top of it. Now it's Commander Jesse's turn. What can he get off of this? Ooh.
The parry. This is to find a few more hits here and there. The Commander Jesse trying to reset this bracket. The shimmy game on deck. This is enough to do it. The arm breaker. Okay, Commander Jesse with 2. Looking to pull JP down to the dungeon. Down to the basement. Dang,
these guys are playing sick, dude. Commander Jesse's getting what he needs, man. Like, the whip punishing is just on point.
It's the whip punishing, the maximization with the meter, finding the right moments to use the counter, which are risky. They're all risky, right? Some of these things are risky, but they're like, I know this player, I know what they're gonna do. I'm gonna jump right back into it. No breaks at all. Commander Jesse feeling hot, he's going right back into it. JB maybe figure something out. So we'll see what happens here. We're gonna see a reset bracket. Is this gonna be a turnaround from JB? And that, if you get hit from that distance with just like crouching light, that's not too bad. Like, you put a little gray life on their side, and if that's all you get hit with is the crouching light, that's not bad. That's a great sign. That's a great sign from Commander Jesse to be able to stay max range with the Parabellum, to be able to keep that pressure on and not be punished. And he's got him caught in the corner. He's chipping away. He's going for parry on the wake up. The EX. Great call out from Commander Jesse, switching sides here. Gets the throw. Make him spin V-bar. That is, to me, that's such a good sign. If you make a Rashid use that horrible V reversal, like that's to me a good sign.
X on Commander Jesse. Oh, dirty! He managed to get out of that and put Rashid in the corner just like that. Damn, he's relentless. Oh no, back to the corner. Oh,
he does have a life lead. Jump out, gets caught. Yo, if you could just stay alive a little bit more. If you could just stay alive, can I just back off? But the tornado's coming, the Twister's coming in the distance. The tornado.
Oh, the throw!
Yo, Commander Jesse.
What a scramble, man.
He hasn't eaten in days and weeks. He is hungry. He is fasting. And now he wants to pull JB in the loser so he can go to the grandpa. So reset that bracket. Just a jump from JB to a crouching medium kick. That's that option. The chase down this time does not work. Commander Jesse landed in time. It's the punish. Yeah, but JB just answering back. Find the counter hits. It's definitely a slugfest between the two. This is the turnaround here. This is what we've all, people on Twitter complaining about. Say just lab it out, just lab it out. I don't know about all that, but JB has to survive this trip. The backdash with a call out. A little bit more though. The parries are
Oh,
so
again?
on point. And into the super
Wow.
with a finish.
Dude, Jesse's defense is sick, man. He changed it up multiple times from checking with jab, blocking, dash back, jump out, delayed throw, to freaking super punishable V skill. Damn, dude, and he resetted the bracket, dude.
I'm gonna have
Reset of
this.
the bracket.
Ooh, let me find out. Let me find out. Jesse out here gonna reset the bracket and make it a quick 6. Like, let me find out Commander Jesse out here like that. Like, you mash the buttons hard, this hard. You hungry? You trying to win?
This actually is very common at Wednesday night fights offline. There would every other week there would be a grand finals reset.
Do they
either in this or Samurai Showdown at the time?
They reset and they take it. Is that a consistent thing?
Or
is it just depending on the day and the players?
I would say JB is usually the victor on a grand finals reset. It's just really hard to. Well, okay, this is before the alternate picks. Okay, like it was trying to reset the bracket versus JB, and you're a Dawson player. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really hard. It's really freaking hard. But now the tables have turned, and even though it's a 3-0, this is Street Fighter 5. It can actually go backwards. Like the momentum is there, but to seal the deal here, this game, man, it's so unpredictable sometimes. Watch.
You're definitely right about that. It's also kind of reminds me of like who can control the chaos more, who can revel in the chaos and kind of find the light at the end of the tunnel. Like you lose a round or a match or two and say, listen, it ain't over yet. So let's see if JB can kind of stop Commander Jesse because he was way too high right now. This man is on fire, NBA Jam style right now. Spin the bar for that. Yo, no, must have been an input error. Jesse's still stuck in the corner though. DP. With the mixer, yo, Commander Jesse. Yep, time to activate, time to play the game. Are we gonna let him know? One more decision. Back throw, no. Commander Jesse going down this round.
Round 2. Fight.
Man, this is difficult. This is real difficult right here. Because now I'm starting to see JB kind of be see, you made me a liar, JB. You made me a damn liar. Okay, so you calm down, you chilled out, you're starting to call out the moments, the decisions, and now it's not working. That's anti-higher. Constant pressure from JB. I like the way JB's playing. A little bit, some of the things have been a little bit risky here and there. But I feel like he's kind of staggering his pressure a little more than he was before. So now Commander Jesse is staying solid, just getting outside the corner. Off the backboard, back down to the ground. But JB is stuck. Off the wall for the DP. So many side switches. Nobody wants to give it to him. It's Street Fighter. I don't blame them. And I don't blame this man for spinning the meter. The parabellum at the end. Fresh counter by JB. Got the V-trigger. Want to activate right now, of course. DP the carry. Is JB going to turn this around? It's going to be the start of JB's momentum right here. Is a train on the rip? No, the backdash, the medium kick, dude, the check.
That was so good. And he knew, there wasn't much to... even if he got hit mid-air or whatnot, it wouldn't have died. Such a good call by Commander Jesse to dash back out of that.
His footsie game is so good. His footsie game with this character is so good. His meter usage is so good. His knowledge of when to kind of hold the brakes a little bit. And how much he understands how JB wants to play. Obviously from months and months of playing each other, really running them long sets, you can see it right here. It's like the third layer of fighting games coming out right here. Try to get the overhead raw like that. Gotta cook that, my friend. Check it outside the corner. Yeah, such a good lead right here. This is gonna, to me, this is gonna determine so much. Back throw to do it. This, I'm telling y'all people right now, this determines so much. You reset the bracket and you keep that same heat, that same fire. It's even harder and harder because now, he's up 1, and it could be 2, and it could be done.
Yo, that's 4 straight
Jesse.
games, dude. Four
You gotta stop him.
unanswered games.
You gotta stop him. You gotta pick up the phone. You can't just let it keep ringing. You gotta pick up the phone.
Yo.
You have to go to voicemail 3 or 4 times. You gotta pick up the phone.
Yeah, JB, he's been challenged, man. Like, can't whiff a lot of buttons with Rashid anymore. Colleen's got the V reversal versus like the EX rolling shot. He's got the jump, the jump ice double jump. So he didn't have these answers at all with Dawson. Dawson has to take a huge risk teleporting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really really rough, dude. And also like when Commander Jesse has meter, he's got that attack reversal. You can use that any time. So a lot of these things kind of slow down the rush. So all right, now he's back in the corner. Let's see how he gets out of this one.
He's got V-trigger. We've seen this before. He's been down before, and he brings it right back. He's got the V-trigger ready to pop. Gotta find the right moment. You see the crouching mini kick and the heavy kick. Maybe for those activations, but you don't want to get too goaded into that kind of thing. There you go, activating. The counter hit, no conversion off of that. Gotta believe, my friend. It ain't Sunday, but you gotta believe. There we go, the parries. Gets right in. Again, the parries are coming out. How many times have they landed the call-outs of the XTP? Not finish it just yet. The future was gonna make this look long, my friend. The dash up light. JB still in. One thing you gotta look at is also these games have been going down to the wire. It's been like 1 round apiece or whatever. Not every single match has been like a wash on Jesse's side. So maybe this could be the start of JB starting to like bring things together. Like the puzzle pieces starting to come together. Nice check. But the parry, we're talking about this. The moments that are like the momentum's being taken away. When you do things like that, you're giving him meter and you're giving him damage. There we go. Just with the EX, keeping the pressure on. And I just like the slight walkbacks. We're not seeing JB go for anything low to try to check him to stop the walkbacks. You see a light here or there. I just feel like the ground game is commanded, no pun intended, by Commander Jesse right now.
He's looking really clean right now. This is what I call eye of the tiger moment, right? So he definitely sees what's a free whip punish for him at every time. And now that the V trigger is gone, JP has to seal the deal here. Oh, nice!
Ooh,
that was nice. That was nice to get it. Oh, and he got out with the V skill.
One more hit. It was a long hit and almost, and it worked out. Just the extinction. 1 away, people. 1 round away for that final game that Commander Jesse is hungry for. He wants to keep the pressure. JB, you gotta stop it. I said you gotta stop it before. You really gotta stop it now. This has gotta be the end. Enough is enough. You gotta put this man down. I'm seeing the ideas from JB. It's just, but some certain moments and some great calls from Commander Jesse have just been equaling a victory. And we're gonna see a big W for Jesse if things keep up. Yes, sir. Call those. I like that. This says EX, we out of there. And even when Jesse has the lead, it just feels like Commander Jesse's like he can bring this back at any point.
It's still anybody's game here, man, and they're playing so amazing right now. They're truly respecting each other's approach. Commander Jesse is just waiting for the opportunity, just like this. What's set up here? Oh, no.
Autopilot a little bit too much.
Yeah, too much.
Gotta stay solid. It's gonna happen. You're running a long set. You've been running all day, and you get a little too confident in some of your normals and things like that. You kind of just dial them out. Can't be perfect all the time, but gotta be punch things like that. Gets the EX, Parabellum. A little bit bar, a little bit more left in the tank.
Ooh, okay.
Keep some pressure on, get some crush counter. Fine, this could be big. There's the shimmy. Commander Jesse is on game point, people. Commander Jesse, the man that's been smashing his controller all day, the person who is hungry to win Wednesday night fights. If he has his stream up, he is walking around his room Every single time there's even a second break, he's let's go.
What button?
Stroking his
Hey,
beard.
what button do you think popped out?
Obviously, it's heavy punch. It's
Yeah.
Colleen. What other button would pop out, bro? It's
Yeah.
Colleen's heavy punch.
Heavy punch, right? Right.
This- to me, there's no other button. And
Yeah,
to me,
For those of you guys that don't know, Commander Jesse popped out a button mid-match. I think it was versus Stupendous, and he had to do a button check in the battle lounge and ready to make sure if it was working.
That's crazy.
I wonder how he fixed it, or is he kind of like pushing it softly? I know exactly how it is.
yeah, that's the old school right there. That's the old school, bro. See? Look, he's an OG just because of that. But I mean, Commander Jesse, he had to, if it's not working, I wouldn't know it because look right there, it worked out. Didn't get the punish though.
Yeah, JB's got to do what he's got to do to stay alive. Okay, that stun bar is going down. That's good.
Can you survive the V trigger? Objective: survive the trade in the air. Commander Jesse's still stuck in the corner, but you can take a few of these hits.
Wow.
Gets the back throw. Commander Jesse is on match point. About to run 6 games over JB, over Rashid. Y'all were talking on the Twitters. Y'all were saying this trigger's cheap, but I'll tell you one thing. Y'all ain't using it like Commander Jesse is. The neutral game, the call-outs, the decision-making, it's all got to be up to par for fighting someone like JB. And Commander Jesse has it, but can he take it all the way? JB's he's got to stop him. I don't know. This is looking terrible.
Yeah, never call JB out. You know, it's dude, playing versus Rashid and to be this on point. Oh man, it just takes one knockdown from Rashid to get you in a corner, and you gotta keep guessing your heart out. But it just looks like one of those things where Commander Jesse does have the read on the defensive offense versus JB.
And every time he plays, he never feels like he's out of it. Like he never even when he's down on live, he never feels like he's completely out of it. And he plays like that too, which I think is super important in fighting games to have that mentality. Say, I'm never down, I'm never out. JB trying to keep things super solid, and I like this kind of game plan. Not too risky, not throwing anything too risky. But V-trigger time to trade. Still stuck in the corner, 3 seconds of the clock. JB with the jump back, the fade away, gets the punish. One more decision.
Ooh.
No, that's a punish, my friend. JB staying alive.
Yep. Yeah, he's wearing him down, man. He's doing the wear down tactic. Like, yeah, Commander Jesse could try to close it out, and that's probably gonna leave you open here and there. And JB, look at him. He's just punishing now. Punishing, put him in the corner. Just playing his normal game now.
Oh, no.
Every one of these hits have been counterattacks. And now
Well timed by JB.
yeah, now he just needs to coach. There we go. That's a simple jump in. Look at that.
In the
Boom.
overhead.
JB's back in the game.
I love that. Deals with throws and deals with the counter. JB still alive, and JB fighting back really well. Just as you said, just kind of like overloading that. You know that the opponent has their mental stacks overloaded. They are, they're tired. They were running the game and they didn't finish off the plate. There's still more on the plate. And they had the peas, the potatoes, and things like that they didn't finish. And now you get to say, listen, I got more on mine. I'm ready to go. Still, I can do this all day. So JB, as you said, just playing it nice and solid. Didn't take too many risks that time. Didn't overextend, and kind of just let Commander Jesse come to him. But is this the game plan? Can this go all the way, or is Commander Jesse going to be able to acclimate himself? Nice.
And he
catches
just
him on
said,
the wake up.
break your ankles, crouch your roundhouse, get off me.
Parabellum right there. Yo, Commander Jesse though. Okay, sweet punish. I was gonna say he's a little bit less risky than he does that. Still the back throw from JB. Still JB with the hit and run tactic. It's still applying that. Just walking him down. A lot less dashes. A lot less risky just in general. Just to kind of the soft walk down. To just have trigger. Wait for that to pop. There you go. Should throw. And doesn't want to get a normals with help out playing that softer neutral game that you just kind of want to walk up to them. Now you have more reach. Punch is going to hurt a lot more. The heavy punch is going to be mashed a lot more too in the neutral. No, JB cracked a little bit, wasted the bar, but you know what? You're back to mid screen, no big deal. Great blocks from Commander Jesse, not pressing buttons a lot. You don't see as many counter hits coming up, but you do see a whip punch from JB off the heavy punch. See auto trigger, and now JB, I feel like once he knows triggers, he can run his game a little bit easier, and there it is. The eagle spike at the end. JB starting to really recognize those options.
I'm telling you, man, JB is figuring out. This has been his style. Like somebody's getting a little bit of the upper hand in the neutral. So the other thing you guys have to worry about too is Rashid doesn't have to be all offense. He can pick you off. He's a hitman, dude. He's definitely a hitman, and you know he's very evasive, and he can put you in the corner off of one simple mistake.
Even when you're blocking, to be honest, he could be put in the corner even when you're blocking. You know, the pushback on some of the normals and you know his consistent pressure. It's difficult to deal with. And it's just the mark of a character that has pretty much every tool, you know, to win. Right, Jesse trying to figure out a way to do this. You know, put himself again on match point. It's the EX. This will be the start right here. Stays in front. And blocks from JB. Staying alive. I like that little light kick that he does just to check the any dashes or any kind of movement. And you won't really see a low parry, you know, or a call out, whatever on that. So Jesse, a little desperate here. That bar's winding down. JB weathering the storm. No pun intended. The fact that
back that.
Out. There we go.
Wow.
Great decision. And the finish, the Parabellum again. Commander Jesse on match point.
Final round. Fight.
Okay, Commander Jesse on match point. JB, this could be the turn on for him as well. You know, that momentum could go play in his hands. Who is more worn down? Whose game plan is more solidified right now? Stagger pressure starting to come up from JB as well off the medium punch. I like that. Just that decision just to kind of stay in a little bit more. But still the hit and run game plan remains, you know, prevalent with JB. It's a crush, the follow-up, DP to the corner, and this has become a lot more problematic than we've seen before. You know, the defensive options get checked, just as I said, he used the V-reversal and got caught doing it, red-handed. JB in a significant lead right here too. Reversal, just get caught with it. Maybe if you had V triggers, that would have elongated normals would have helped out there. No go, gets the shimmy, no bite. JB didn't get the confirm that he won. Seconds on the clock. Winding down. Oh, JB just willing to stash it out. Let this character get going there. Wake up, EXTP. Risky stuff. And the chase down with a medium punch.
Dude, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a real match. We actually always had a real match, but dude, this is the slow, methodical. Like these characters are very explosive,
right?
But they managed to play this very, very carefully. Right? It's very taxing, dude. It's very, very, very taxing to know that, like, man, this guy is playing on the pace that I'm playing at, and I slowed it down. I slow it down anymore. I'm gonna want to attack now. You know, like I need to sometime to show that, you know, it's time. You know, it's time to take the offensive measures here. And now they're at Grand Finals reset, final match. So
it's the final match here,
final
people.
match.
And this has been grind down to the wire. Commander Jesse, JB, UIU's JB. I feel like you know, both have been playing their hearts out, and they both, you know, I gotta reprimand myself. I did say that Jesse was the hungriest, but yo, JB, the way he's playing, he's just as hungry. He's just as hungry. He wants that win that he was denied last week from Eli the Curry. He wants that. He's in winner's side. He's drugged down to the basement, slugging it out with Commander Jesse, and now we're in the final game of the night. I didn't think it was going down to the wire like this, and I didn't think maybe these two would be at the finale. But right now, it shows the level of play that we have to see the variety in the grand final. So here we go, Commander Jesse versus JB. Let's get it. This is the final game, people.
Yeah,
this is the end of the road.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in this late, 12:53 a.m. We're here in the West Coast. It's what, like 3 something for you, my man?
It's like 2:50.
Or 2 something.
Rolling
Okay.
deep tonight. We rolling deep tonight. Listen, I ain't got
Yeah,
much
we
else
were-
to do. I was like, yo, let's go. all
It's
the
like
way
old
with it. So,
times,
yeah.
dude. This would be at Wednesday Night Fights Online. We've been wrapping up top 8 around this time. Yeah, Kilby's
just
looking at me.
days.
Kilby's looking at me like, can I have some water?
Like it's a desert.
Oh, all right, grand finals. Let's get it.
Fight.
It's a counter hit, no conversion. JB. Bringing that pacing. Let's see how that plays out. If that's going to be a continuous thing where he finds those moments to put him in the corner. With the fat jump in right here. A lot. I feel like I can tell these two are so tired and so just like exhausted. They got to push past their limits. There we go. Commander just getting to confirm. Trying to jump back. Thought the throw was coming, get pieced up. They said just take the throw. You got to follow that advice. For that final throw. I like that. Commander just backs off. He's like, I'm not going to overextend anymore. I'm cool. Don't even want this on that back.
Now it's his turn in the corner. What you got, Jesse? What you got? Overhead.
An overhead brawl. Didn't even click that. Jesse has big trigger. He knows that one conversion will mean the world right now. To put on set point again.
no.
But the counter hit, it's going to be anyone's game. With this defensive option, nothing there.
Oh,
There's a
the walk
throw.
back. The walk back by JB. That was so slow and he got it. That's
JB, match point JB right now. I was looking at right now at Commander Jesse. I was prepared to say, yeah, Commander Jesse's, but no. JB said, no. I'm flipping the script. I'm ripping out the pages and writing something different right there. Gets the new or the cross up. Gets him in the corner. He gets pressure, constant pressure right here from JB.
oh,
The chase up. We've seen it
punish.
so many times you cannot jump out for free. He has labbed that out.
Good jump back. The awareness.
But now calling the Victor is a way different beast right here. Whiffs the pair. That's unfortunate.
No, under 50% life. V triggers out. And he even jumped back just to make sure she didn't get out. Oh no!
The awareness, though, the punish. He thought he had the
Oh, wake up super.
He bet it all, and he's
bet
going
it
home
all.
with nothing. It will be UIU's JB that takes this week's Wednesday night fights online. We had 70 plus top level competitors on the West Coast, and it's JB that takes it over everybody in the hungriest of match. This man's going home with a fat stomach.
Yeah, man. Dude, it has been one hell of a grand finals. It's been, dude, one hell of a tournament, man. Dude, it's hold on. Let me. How many fucking people entered this thing? I know there's the last I checked there were 71. Okay, so
It's go time.
let me check, dude. 'Cause I know Punk entered like kind of last minute, so maybe there was a couple more that entered. Yeah, I need to see this. Where are my old eyes? Come on, here we go. Street Fighter 5.
78 inch.
All right, 78.
78 people came through.
Oh, your audio's cutting out again, man. Is it in there? Did it work? Oh, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, but 78 entrants here, and we
Yeah.
have people from all over the West Coast, all the way from Southwest to Pac North to West Side of Canada. Thank for all you guys for entering the tournament. We hope you had a good time. Shout outs to Nate Suave for running the Street Fighter 5 tournaments every week for you guys. He's our organizer that's been kicking ass with almost 80 players in an online event. And all the way going to the top 8 to Grand Finals reset. Wow, what a way to kick off the all West Coast Wednesday Night Fights event. Now it's time for your feedback, guys. Like if you really want to see more of this, like on a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, or if you want the hype up to build in a monthly, let us know. Players, let us know, because I would do it every week, but it's not up to me, because I'm a community man. It's up to you. Okay, it's definitely up to you. So if you guys think I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, fuck these kids. I'm good. Well, no, in Resident Evil I am, but not in Street Fighter. Street Fighter, it's my job to listen to you guys and see what you guys want to do, man. This is your community, man. It's your community. So, but yeah, dude. Always a pleasure chatting it up with my man St. Cola, dude. You have anything to say?
Listen, thank everybody for coming through. As usual, for some great Street Fighter 5 action. Like he said, please, if y'all like it, come back with it. Let them know. And hopefully we have some more caliber of matches that we had today. Hope we can kick it up a notch every single week if this is to your liking. But until next week, my name is St. Cola.
And I'm Uncle Valle. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.